Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Roll Skull Podcast. Sometimes in life, you're a Vegapunk before the surgery and Vegapunk after the surgery. Sometimes you do cool things and you join a cool underground scientist organization and you save a little baby's life. And other times you do wild things like turn a 16-year-old version of yourself into the avatar of gluttony.
Of course.
What I'm saying is Egghead is bad, but we're talking about Vivricard's One Piece fan letter and a bunch of other stuff today. So let's get to it. Vivricard's, I hate them all. Nah, that's not true. This is a terrible open. Anyway.
So what do you mean by Vegapunk after the surgery? Like him taking his brain out?
Yeah, no.
Is that on the Vivricards?
Basically, from the Vivricard information, after he did the brain surgery, he becomes a different person just based on the information I've gathered and keeps doing wild and dumb stuff that makes no sense. Like just gathering.
Quick thing.
What?
I'm on the Twitch right now. It says that we're streaming Resident Evil Village.
Come on. I
just want to make sure that that's on my end.
Oh, I didn't change the game. That's my fault.
Okay.
That's my fault. This is One Piece. No, this is Resident Evil Village like though. So I guess
we'll take it.
Just chatting. Ain't it? Chatting. All right, that's in the recording. That's there. All right,
we'll take it.
Okay, so One Piece fan letter is some of the best One Piece content I have seen.
It might be the best episode of television I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's kind of insane. Just when you think about Toei, as an animation studio, what is it that you normally think about? What is Toei most known for?
Filler.
Planet Namek will explode in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And they spend 80 minutes screaming at the camera, powering up.
Yes.
Having one panel of the One Piece manga taking an entire episode inside Dressrosa.
And then Luffy ends by saying, Mingo! Good Lord. So where do we start, bruh?
Just when you think of that, when you think of Toei's terrible pacing issues, how is it that they managed to pace this episode so unbelievably well?
It's art.
Their use of time is unprecedented. Every single second, every moment of animation is necessary and useful in some way.
And builds upon itself.
Yeah, this is like you could sit there. Oh, I love this guy.
He's great.
Oh, this guy is literally me.
Yeah.
But every single second, every gag, every character interaction furthers something. And it's so organic and it's so good. I cannot believe just how invested I get in the story of these two brothers who I met 5 minutes ago.
They feel like One Piece characters.
Why did this make me want to cry? It shouldn't happen.
It should, because they don't even have names. But you feel them. They're human people. It's the human element.
They're just the Grosser brothers.
Oh. Some might say the better brothers. Because just looking at what they went through in Marineford, I'm like, that's so real, though.
Yeah.
Because you put the situation in context, this is a terrifying situation.
Yeah, because like when you're watching Marineford like for real, you don't think about just like how big these characters feel.
Yeah.
like these living legends on the battlefield. Like, you don't think about Dracul Mihawk like walking towards random civilians.
Right?
Because Luffy's about to punch him in the mouth, and we are following the biggest guy.
And I keep forgetting just how big Oars Jr. is. Like, to be trapped under a severed, rotting leg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Like it's terrifying. He stepped on her hand. Anyway, but yeah.
This stuff is what I have wanted out of One Piece forever.
Yeah.
More marine content.
Yes.
This is the best marine propaganda since Alabasta.
It feels as if the series has grown a new vertebrae. Because it's like this is the backbone of it. It gives more context to this world being more than just like a manga.
How on earth could you make something like this while also making Egghead?
I don't know.
The best and the worst representation of the Marines.
Because Egghead honestly should be treated like this is treated, because Egghead is scarier. Mm-hmm. In context, it really is, because you find out that, oh no, we're actually working for the devil.
Yeah.
Like the actual devil. But it's not treated that way.
I also love how Luffy is animated in this.
He's so good. Everyone looks so good.
He's like, this makes Luffy look like a freak.
Yeah, as he should.
as he should.
Because he's terrifying. That's why, too, like, piggybacking off of that, Egghead should be more than what it is, and maybe the later half of it will be better in the anime. Mm-hmm. Because seeing from the perspective of a Marine, Gear 5th should be monstrous.
Yeah.
It should be like you're seeing an eldritch horror before your very eyes. Because it's a cartoon. It's a living cartoon. I love the drunk guy, by the way.
I just love this. I love that gag where Usopp is giving her a word of advice, and as he's saying it, they drop the transition.
Yes.
Into the joke, into an immediate punchline. It's so snappy.
Followed by them talking about Zoro, then Sanji shows up. That's so
talking
good.
About immediately being the fan base.
Yeah.
Who's the strongest guy, though?
It's so good. And I love that she doesn't know who Usopp is, because at this point in time, he doesn't have a bounty poster.
I was about to say, at this point in time, he's Soge Keg.
Right. It's so good. Oh. And I love that he's the one that meets her, too. He's the only one that meets her. That's so good.
God, I just love this art style, man. Like, it looks like a kid drew the concept art.
Yeah.
And they just immaculately animated what they drew.
It gives you like a Ghibli film vibe almost.
Yeah.
It's so lively.
It's so lively, but it's so like what's the word? It's less like pointed, it's less focused.
Yeah.
Everything's just kind of drawn, but everything is animated amazingly. Like it gives me like Mob Psycho vibes.
Which, I mean, makes sense because this is a pirate world.
Also, can you go back to that shot of him going throughout the
family,
the backstory? I love this shot so much. So you start off with the brother being led away from the left.
Yeah.
It goes to the next shot, which is him in the middle, where your focus is there.
Yeah.
And there's still movement in the background to keep your eyes on that with the brother. And then the third shot, the brother's being led out of the frame. So you have this constant shot where the brother is constantly in shot, moving to the left.
Yeah.
To keep your eyes on that. before immediately snapping your eyes to the right again with the punch. The Bee's smarter.
That's cool.
Boom.
Good cinematography, bruh.
Oh my god, it's like, how? That has better like framing than the manga.
Yeah. Also, this was the scene I was talking about. This is awful.
This entire sequence is absolutely beautiful.
I love it.
I almost cried, man.
Yeah, no, it's a tear because the perilousness of it all. Oh. And then you just get to see the scale. Look at it. Look at this. The scale of it.
Theoretically, I think it should be bigger.
Yeah!
That looks like it should be the size of like Dorian Brogy's foot.
Yeah, because he's bigger than 2 times the size of a giant. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
right. It
right.
should be even bigger.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
And then this. The fear. Look at this.
The pacifistas. Oh my god.
Because they are this way. They should be treated this way. They're monstrous.
Vegapunk did nothing wrong.
Vegapunk, I think, is like one of the best villains in One Piece because every decision has been horrible. Like, unintentionally, he's a very good villain. Because all this is awful. It's all terrifyingly good.
Did you just see that?
Rewind.
Are you kidding me?
Look at this. The past. And it translates. Yes! Yes. Yes.
Are you out of your mind with this?
Yes. Absolutely. And then we go back to the man. And then it's right back to it.
And it's like, at the end of the day, they're not. We started with, I don't like my brother. Like, they don't get along all the time. They're family. They fight. They bicker. But at the end of the day, the younger brother is sitting there, trapped under the ice, about to be killed. He's dying. And the only thing that he can think of is to yell out his brother's name. Not to beg for help, but just to know that he's okay.
That's you.
And good God, man.
Oh.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what's missing from One Piece.
Yeah. That's where the soul is, man.
That's the soul right there. No, that's true.
That's why I've been loving... That's why I have been, breath of fresh air loving Elbaf as much as I have.
Yeah.
Because it's got the human element in it again, man. It's got people talking to each other, not just expositing lore.
Which, I've said this several times before. As a lore guy, I'm getting exhausted. I'm like, okay.
I'm not even a lore guy. I could care less about the lore. I'm a characters guy.
Yeah, because...
I like seeing characters bounce off of each other and tell jokes.
That's where the heart is, because I need a respite. And this was a great palate cleanser, because my goodness. Also, this shot right here, this is terrifying.
Uh-huh.
This is fantastic, because he's dead. I don't care what no one says. He's dead. But just the gravitas of seeing this on the battlefield, you're a regular person.
And, Doug, this is a manga made for 12-year-olds.
Right?
This is graphic.
This is gruesome. This is an album cover. Look at this.
Like, we see a giant with his eye poked out of his head, bleeding profusely. We saw a man struggling to put weight on his broken, destroyed leg, which is pouring blood from the bones sticking out of the skin.
Yo! I hope when they go back to Marineford in like the Wit Studio version of the anime, it reads like this. Because Marineford, they need to switch perspectives because it doesn't have the same impact in the manga or in the anime as it does here.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of what gives the fan letter its
charm.
Its charm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't want Wit to try and emulate this over trying to adapt the manga. Because the entire purpose of the Wit Studios thing is that Toei did not do a good job of adapting this series.
No. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I had to pause at him bashing the pirate.
And just whack at him.
That's so... He shouldn't be practiced either. That's what would happen in a desperate situation. I'm sorry, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is literally me.
It is.
God. Because 100%, dude, if I'm in this world, I'm a Marine. I'm trying to stop pirates.
Fair.
And I do not make it very high. I do not fancy myself a smoker level threat. I fancy myself probably a goon. Like, dude, that shot with them just walking at each other. He just sees these larger-than-life anime characters. Yeah. He's just trying to survive a war.
Because Crocodile, Mihawk as well, in context, are monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
Because Crocodile would seem ethereal, otherworldly, because it's a man that becomes sand.
Yeah.
And then you have Mihawk, the man who just cut a iceberg mountain like a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Effortlessly. It's crazy.
Like, Mihawk would feel even more ethereal because he doesn't even have an explanation.
He just is.
He just is. Like, at least with the Sandman, he'd be like, oh, he ate one of those stupid fruits. Now he has hack powers. How do you explain Mihawk?
How does a man like he become to be?
I've been training hard too. Why can't I cut an iceberg?
How does one achieve that level of strength? Can Haki really do this?
Yeah.
I hear the old men talk about it, but is it really possible? Yeah, no. It makes a lot of sense, though. And then the transition shots are immaculate. Oh, this. Him following after
Ace and Luffy getting out. Oh,
it's good. Good.
It's like, what can you even say? I so much.
I can only hope that Toei learns from watching this.
Well, Toei obviously cannot put this nonsense out on a weekly basis.
After 6 months, I hope. For Egghead, because come on, bruh.
Like, to expect this on a weekly basis, I mean, you're not going to get pacing as snappy as this. Otherwise, they're going to run out of anime to adapt very quickly. It would be nice. It would be like, if we could get like a One Piece Kai, like if Wit Studios is doing the whole series.
Yeah.
If we could have them do something, like learn a thing or two from this.
Yeah.
Like, we're golden. If the entirety of the series can feel like this, oh my god. Is that even possible?
Cinema. All the way through. Cinema. Because you know what? It's not so bad. Well, no. I guess every arc has one of these. Like, Alabasta isn't so bad, but there are parts where it drags immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mostly in the filler parts where they had to make, like, time.
Yeah.
Dressrosa is the worst offender of this.
Obviously, Dressrosa, yeah. Like, most of the... I love that.
It's so good. Go on, I'm sorry.
Throughout most of the series history, it's been, like, one chapter per episode of television.
Yeah.
On sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, but usually it's about, like, a 1-to-1 conversion.
Yeah.
It's just the worst at Dressrosa, because Dressrosa is already needlessly long in the manga.
Yeah. Which is the
Dressrosa did not need to be 100 chapters long.
Which I like in hindsight, I guess what they were doing where they were trying to build the Grand Fleet.
Yeah.
But like
Dressrosa is probably going to be looked upon a lot better at the end of this series than it is at the start.
Yeah.
Because now we're seeing the Grand Fleet go out and do stuff, so it makes sense that we spent so much time building them up.
And now it trickles back into Elbath, for example. So like, yeah.
But if we're going to have an arc where we have to introduce this Grand Fleet, why on earth are we also bringing in like 800 other story elements into that arc? If we have to have an arc where we need to introduce 30 new characters, why are we also dealing with the Warlords plot? Establishing a main villain for the next arc? Doing the Yonko arc? Dealing with Law and his backstory?
Dealing with Caesar from the previous arc.
Yeah, dealing with Caesar, setting up for Whole Cake. Like, it's like 8,000 things that this arc is trying to do. Like, they put Green Bit in the middle of this arc. Why?
Yeah, introduced a whole new race, technically. Because the dwarves were new at that point.
Yeah, the Tentatas are new at this point. Like, if you would have done any of these things as the focus for an arc, you could have an immaculate 30-chapter arc.
Yeah.
Like, Doflamingo, there's a reason why people love him, despite the fact that his arc is trash.
Yeah. Oh, also you're introducing Paramecia Awakening.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, a new power system.
Technically, yeah.
A new transformation.
Yeah, Gear Forth. Yeah.
But like a lot of these you can still keep in there. You can still keep in the Paramecia Awakening and the transformations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If the focus is on Doflamingo and not everything else.
True.
You can still keep a focus on Doflamingo's goons and the Dressrosa backstory and Rebecca and like the toy factory and all that stuff. You can keep a focus on them if the focus is on Doflamingo.
Yes.
But the focus is not on Doflamingo.
No.
The focus has to be on the Grand Fleet.
And oh right, you introduced Sabo officially and Fujitora. Oh my god.
We needed 2 gladiator sub-arcs of this arc.
Yeah.
2! If you cut out it's not even cut out the Colosseum because it's the Italy arc.
Right.
You want to have a Colosseum in Rome, but if you tie that to Rebecca, tying it to Doflamingo, instead of tying it to the Grand Fleet, and also Rebecca, and also Doflamingo, and also Sabo, and also the Toy Factory, and also...
Yeah.
It's everything!
It's everywhere.
Yeah, like, that arc is so long because it is so dramatically unfocused. Where, like, it's an arc where the sum of its parts are not better than the individual parts.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because all the individual parts are actually immaculate.
Every individual part rules. Yes. I love the Grand Fleet. Like, Bartolomeo is one of the best characters in One Piece.
True.
Like, no stop. One of the best characters we've ever had.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He's great. Most of the Grand Fleet, memorable, awesome, immaculate, great. Doflamingo's goons, I love them. They're great. Senor Pink, one of the best fights in the series.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere for no reason.
And one of the most sad backstories and interesting powers to boot, which is weird, but okay.
Like, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Green Bit and the Tentatas. Immaculate. Oda put the Keebler elves in his Mongo.
Yeah.
And they did
So fun, that's true. I didn't think about it like that.
And then they did the Gulliver's Travels with Robin. Very funny.
Very funny.
Everything about it is great. God Usopp is one of the best moments in the entire series, and it's in this absolutely horrifying arc.
Yeah. And like even Fujitora, from a morality standpoint as a Marine, is very interesting.
I love Fujitora's introduction.
He's very cool.
He comes in being taken advantage of as a blind admiral. So because he can't see the cards.
It's good.
And like, that's a good use of time too. Because you have that. He's really strong, but he's also got like a moral compass.
Yeah.
You know what he's about. And you know why he would appreciate Luffy, because Luffy gets his own save the cat moment with the guy.
Yeah.
That was like half a chapter. And we already know this guy's entire deal.
And then on top of that, you get a scene very reminiscent of Smoker's Pants eating the ice cream scene, where he saves a child's balloon using his abilities.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, if you talk about Dressrosa in a vacuum, like just talking about the individual bits of it, it's awesome.
It is.
But why does it feel so bad to watch?
Mostly because, well, it's bad to read in the manga, but Toei's pacing does not make it better.
Yeah. Well, it's like, why is it so bad to read, even? Because it's unfocused.
Yeah.
And it's too long.
Yeah, it's big.
It tries to do way too much. Unlike the fan letter, which is
immaculate.
It does so much, but the focus is always there.
Yes.
You want to, like, every single second of animation going on here is focusing on building towards this final sequence in the end.
Yes. Also, well, since she's on screen, the fact that Brooke Skull jokes are a now known thing, like the world knows about them, I love that piece of world building. It's so good. Because you know he's told a few on stage.
Of course.
Oh my god. And yeah, she's literally me for real, for real. I love the golf girl so much.
I'm crying because I can't see Brooke. Me every arc of One Piece.
Yeah. For sure.
I love this sequence. Oh my
cool.
God, dude.
Like a rocket.
Yup.
Like a rocket. Oh. And he clears the sky. Oh.
And the Marines are like, well, that's our guy.
Yeah. Also, what's his name? The Lord of the Waves. I like that he represents people like you and I.
The benevolent king of waves.
Oh my goodness. Because I too love Chopper.
He's so cool.
So cool.
He's so cool.
Make him a main character in the manga. Or not a main character, but he busts out his office. It's great. But show him to me.
Mm-hmm. This is a One Piece character. I love him.
Yes. Give her a name, too. Also, the funny little baby protagonist is good.
Gives me Syrup Village
Very
vibes.
much so. Yes. Also, the messenger bag helps.
Mm-hmm. Her design is great.
I love that she's mini Nami. It's so cute.
Yeah, I love that it's East Blue Nami.
It's so good. And I guess, like, Nami's shoes are just like a fashion statement now.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah. And I love how the brother's a responsible adult, because he sees how crazy the situation is. Right?
This guy is literally me.
Yeah, he is. Also, this.
We got to get you out of here, dude. You are 15, and Heraclean is here.
Did you know he's canon? The Mantis.
Yeah.
I did not know the Mantis was canon. He's in the manga.
Yeah, that's Heraclean brought the bugs, right?
Yeah, but like in the manga,
from the Usopp Giant Island,
right, the Born Archipelago. But like in the manga, you only see the Beatles, but he's in the background. I did not know that.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
I looked that up because I was looking for this in the manga, right? The Return to Shibuya Archipelago arc, and he's in the back. I did not know that.
God, I want a cover story with Heracles so bad.
Me too.
I need to know what that guy's deal is because he's so cool.
Where is he from? How did he become how he is? He
was an envoy sent from Sniper Island to train the greatest sniper.
Could you imagine? Oh my god! Like, how did he even come across pop grains?
I mean, that's just Bowen Archipelago, right?
Yeah, but I want to see when did he first find it? Like,
I imagine it's just like the flora there. I imagine Heracles and like the guy obviously likes endemic life.
Yeah,
the man is obviously an ophthalmologist,
right?
Because he likes bugs so much, he dresses up as one. So he probably went there because he digs that stuff. He likes studying plants and animals and stuff. He's like, there's cool bugs here. I'm going to go and study that.
That's just the idea of him is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I like how Nami inspires her because she's a person who has achieved much in the One Piece world without great strength or a dull fruit. And I think that's cool that she thinks that's cool.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. I don't know how she feels now because technically Nami is cheating, but...
No, she does have a devil fruit, sort of.
Sort of, kind of.
But she has literally Big Mom's strongest attack.
That's so funny. Though, I guess in a way, it still like relates to her point because she got that ability through cunning. And she technically still has to have fruit. So yeah. The bugs are appearing outside the window. Anyway, but yeah, Heracles is great. How did they make so many good characters who don't have names? There's no one. Well, go on.
These people, whoever made this, I don't like. Oda didn't write this or anything, right?
I don't think so.
Whoever wrote this understands One Piece. They get the soul, man. They're like this is obviously made by fans.
Yeah. Oh, right.
This is obviously made by fans, but not like Reddit fans.
Yeah.
Who just want to sit around arguing about who's the strongest all day.
No, they do they're in the bar where they belong.
They are in the bar. It represents a wide net overtaking the entire One Piece like fandom.
And they're the worst. But no, about this scene, the reason why he's covered in lipstick is because of the Okama that came with Sanji.
Oh, that makes sense.
So he's one of the guys who was getting chewed up by Catherine or whatever her name is.
It makes sense. He's got that big, long, luscious hair.
Oh my god! Oh no! I think I was
about to have to say I don't like my sister.
Oh.
If Eva's here.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. Eva was not right.
He was not here.
Right, he was not right. He sent his envoys.
Mm-hmm.
Also, big video about Eva on the channel. Go check that out. Oh boy,
hell yeah.
But yeah, this
like even with how breakneck the pacing is in this,
yeah,
they still have a moment to like let the characters breathe and talk to each other.
Exactly.
Even if it's just for like 2 lines of dialogue. Like, I'm so impressed by just that.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
Oh, good. It's so intimidating. Oh.
Like, that is a shot that Oda would draw.
Yeah.
Just the gigantic grasping hand, the unbelievably gigantic, massive frame, the shoulders, the tiny legs.
The itty bitty toothpick legs. Fantastic.
They get it.
They understand. I mean, in fairness, he is a jerk, but he's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
This ship is immaculate, by the way. Back to it. What a cool ship. What a cool
See, he is doing his job, but that's kind of like the whole thing about the Marines, right?
Right.
There are good and bad ones.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't care about helping the people. He cares about getting glory by killing pirates.
Again,
which is what the guy who won wants from his Marines.
Yeah.
Which is why Sword exists.
Yeah, most likely, which that's a big theory, and I found out that I'm in the Google results for that. Thank you, Anthony Isaac on TikTok. Because because he was doing a video and found my video because of that.
Nice.
Sakazuki has a sword tattoo on his shoulder. So it's very likely that sword was started by him, especially seeing as how a supposed relative of his and Hibari is a part of sword.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah. It makes sense.
But I don't know, like, especially, like, depending on what Kuzan actually is.
Yeah.
I don't think that I would, like, if I'm Sakazuki, and I'm already pretty big on killing pirates, I don't think I would want to let my Marines go all laissez-faire, mete out their own justice, and do things off the books if I'm Sakazuki.
Oh, look at it from not a Sakazuki who is a pencil pusher now. Look at it from a Sakazuki who was the guy who watched Ohara get bombed.
Mm-hmm.
As to say, I want to create a world in which my Marines, without the shackles of bureaucracy, can go out and kill pirates however they wish while reflecting poorly on the organization. Like I did when I was younger in the Marines. A wild card, a wild hog.
Yeah.
So, but there are different ways of looking at it. You know, at the same time, like, Kuzan is possible.
I just feel like it's a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
It, like, to go from Marine that doesn't have a whole lot of rules to basically just being a pirate.
Yeah, kind of.
Because that was our introduction to the Marines, basically, was seeing a guy who is exactly like that. With not Big News, but Big Morgan. Captain Morgan.
Yeah. And then too, well, Kizaru could also have started because he's the only one that uses a sword. Her.
Nah. That's way too much work for Borsellino.
Fair. Also, hello, first time chatter Isabel Lucas 3 on the Purple app. Hello.
Crushing it.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure more stuff will come out about Sword as we get more into it. We're going to be talking about them actually when we get to the Vivid Card section too. So
yeah,
they'll be back.
I just like the duality of the Marines.
They're an interesting organization
because, like, it's not like everyone is exactly the same there. It's like they have so much more personality than even like the Revolutionary Army.
Who?
Exactly. Because these are like so like it's just like this. It's just like the normal people,
right?
Are here.
Can I take a moment to duck on the Revolutionary Army?
Go nuts.
I think Ivankov is using them all as patsies.
Would be funny.
I think that's so hard because I keep thinking about it now, and I've done 2 videos on this now. Ivankov, like, when you put him in perspective, he has one of the largest private armies that we know of in One Piece that are all like capable people. Because remember that bit in which Sanji had to fight 99 masters of Nukama Kenpo?
Yeah.
Those are 99 people who are master practitioners in a fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
So 100 people are masters in a fighting style. You don't get that in the Marines. You get
but in Fishman Island, they had like 100,000 guys, dude.
Oh my god!
And they were all real strong.
Boo! It's so interesting because you look at the Revolutionary Army; they aren't really that organized. Other than Ivankov, all of them are kind of poopy. The guys that they have who can do things are just the top brass. The underlings are bad.
Yeah.
And then in terms of comparing them to the Marines, like even though the Marines don't have as much talent as like that's on Kamabaka Queendom, like in mass, they do have people who are at least competent, despite what the story tells us.
Isabel Lucas, we stream twice a week, every Friday, every Saturday.
Yes, sir. Fridays are the Rose Skull podcast show. Saturdays are just a solo show with me streaming the One Piece anime usually, or a Video Gom.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Danny Boy 2007. That's a good year.
Mass Effect 2?
Brother.
Was that Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 1?
It doesn't matter. Both of them are great.
First one's the best.
Yeah, first one. That's a top 10 for the Xbox. Oh my god. Ooh.
Good video game. But anyway.
Yes.
Revolutionaries. But I like the Marines because you get them from everywhere, man.
Yeah, from all.
You're gonna have Marines from all walks of life, all over the place, from any kind of situation, whether it be, the Kobe who was like kidnapped by pirates, and this is his way out, to this guy on the screen that we don't like because he's a spoiled rich kid that wants fame and fortune by rising up in the Marines.
Right. And yes, this is fan letter, but yes, it makes the organization feel more real and more diverse because you get them from the Grand Line too. You get people, and it's so interesting. Just looking at our little baby here, it's interesting that she is more worldly than people in the East Blue. Therefore, Marines from the East Blue have a totally different perspective upon seeing a freakish Dofra user than someone who grew up on the Grand Line. Because in the Grand Line, this is commonplace.
The East Blue, in total, had two Devil Fruit users.
Two. So that's why when you hear like Don Krieg talk about Delphi users as these mythical monsters, it makes sense. You're in the boonies, you wouldn't know anything about that. It's so good how that has stayed consistent throughout the series.
I just find it hilarious. East Blue has two Devil Fruit users. One of them went there specifically because it didn't have any Devil Fruit users.
Exactly. And it's odd.
But then you could have a recruit from like Dressrosa.
Yeah.
All the way halfway through the New World.
Yeah.
How is Dressrosa even a thing? How can you have a place that good, that deep in the Grand Line?
Yeah. And it's weird.
You can't get exports there.
Wait. That was Flamingo's organization. They were exporting the Smiles.
Yeah.
What were they importing, I wonder?
Probably a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Just regular stuff for running a nation. But
speaking of places, Alice, who is Iceberg's secretary, makes her actual first animated appearance in this One Piece fan letter thing.
Nice.
She makes her actual first anime appearance in the credits of Film Red, and I know that because I went looking for her.
Amazing.
What's interesting about, and the reason I bring this up as we're talking about Dressrosa is because it's funny that Frankie knew about what Devil Fruits are.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just saying that to say it's funny how deep in the woods the East Blue is. just compared to the rest of the world. Because that just popped into my head like, oh yeah, no, he was a big part of Just Rose that he too back in the day knew what Delphi users were.
Yeah.
Man.
It's pretty good.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. Continue. My bad.
I mean, I'm basically done. But it's just like you get all walks of life, and it's kind of crazy to think of just how different two random Marines could be.
Yeah, right.
And then you have like different groups that are like building over time, like schisms in the Marines, because of course you're going to have that many different kinds of people.
Exactly. And it's so funny. And I wonder what the end game is with the Revolutionary Army. Because it's funny just how much more developed the Marines are in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, of course, the Revolutionary Army has everybody from the Lucia Kingdom. But, like, is that going to result in anything? Are they going to have men like this?
The revolutionaries just inherently aren't as interesting because they're not from everywhere.
No.
Like the Marines would be. Like the Marines are like an antagonistic force, but not really.
No, they're just normal guys who got jobs from different places.
Like the revolutionaries need a smoker.
Yeah.
To be an antagonist that learns that pirates could be useful.
And that he is indeed not the main character.
Yeah.
But like, and it's so funny because the commanders literally are from each blue, but you don't even get that feel.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a hometown feel. They just feel like they represent the districts of the world. And then like Ivankov is like the Grand Line representative. But
I mean, the revolutionaries don't feel like characters because we haven't had any time with them.
No.
They just feel like Ivankov and Sabo plus.
Yeah.
That's it.
Basically, because, I mean, as of now,
they're the only two characters that have gotten development.
Yeah. I mean, you can say also Kuma, but I don't see Kuma as a... I don't.
I mean...
I just don't. He is. He literally makes the Revolutionary Army, but I don't just see him as a part of that.
The literal robot is the most characterized revolutionary. Interesting.
True. True.
Like, you have one of the most interesting characters that you could have in the revolutionaries in Koala.
Yeah. Which, well...
But we don't do anything with her.
Oh, which I think we might, but that's for another time.
Oda doesn't seem to really care about the Fishman analogs. Jinbei didn't even care that they cloned him.
Oh, we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that because I have things to say about the SBS. The bar scene again. I love how people keep imitating Oni Three Sword style. Mm-hmm. Look at this dude.
He's got the fork in his mouth.
He's me!
Me at the lunch table.
Right?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very soulful.
And I like how they they got Buggy's Warner poster here. Down the corner. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yeah. That's
cool.
Yeah, this is right after Marineford, so this is before Warlord Buggy.
No, this is during Warlord Buggy.
Oh, yeah, it's after the time skip.
Yeah, no. This is when he actually comes to power and after he...
Yeah, so that's an old poster.
That's crazy. So bro's a collector. Wow. Which, I mean, you know what's nice? We've seen that so many times in filler where people collect like wanted posters and Jolly Rogers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool that people pay attention. I love how the big dude is the male One Piece fan.
Yeah.
That's so good. There's a lot of male One Piece fans like Chopper. He's not just for girls. I love Chopper. And she doesn't. I'm glad she doesn't though. Now wait a minute. Show me the shot.
Oh, it's so good.
This is both soulful, but I keep looking at Nami disrespectfully. Because I was like, whoa!
They went nutty.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that they would draw her like that. It's from the eyes of a fan.
Right. And you would see her larger than life.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. But yeah, no. And I'm glad she gets to see her depart.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Because that's all she wanted.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to see my idol go on an adventure.
Cinema.
Didn't even realize she was already on an adventure.
Absolutely. Make her canon. Make her canon, please. She deserves it.
Step aside, Yamato. She's joining the crew.
Why do you want me to betray her so publicly? It's almost her birthday. I can't do that, Zakk. Oh! But
I love this big dude. Just look at how stanced up he is.
He's so real. He's so real. Because I, too, have a drawer full of Chopper. You're so correct.
This man needs to get trained by Garp.
He needs to be an antagonist Marine. I want him to meet Chopper.
I need him and T-Bone to team up.
Oh, no, T-Bone's dead, bro.
You think T-Bone's dead?
That's true.
Let's be honest. You're T-Bone. You have a big old bounty on your head, and you see a starving man trying to feed his entire island.
Yeah.
Does Crossguild even need proof that you died?
True.
I don't think they need you to bring your head or anything like that.
That's true.
He didn't bring a body.
That's a good point.
It was just played off in the news that T-Bone got killed. Which, let's be honest, how easy is it to fake your own death when Big News Morgans is the guy you have to convince?
True, because he just wants sensationalism. Nah, you make a good point.
And diggity dog, what is a bigger story than one of the good Marines being killed by pirates?
Right?
People are going to want to read about this.
Killed by the infamous new Cross Guild organization.
Yeah. Then T-Bone would just be like, hey, I'll cut you in on the bounty. Easiest thing in the world.
Fair. No,
an entire island is saved thanks to Captain John's treasure.
A Marine. Doing Marine stuff. Very true.
T-Bone being a lad.
Typical T-Bone behavior. He's so cool, by the way.
90-degree chop.
Why was that scene so cold in the anime? I remember a tiny Paulie watching that for the first time when I was getting into One Piece. I'm like, oh my god! Look,
why is he so cool?
He can make angles with his slash, bro.
Oh my god!
Running on the
they got completely washed, but man, the Marines have never looked better than in Enies Lobby.
It was crazy. And I watched that in the form of an AMV. Which was a Hall of the Mountain King remix.
Awesome.
Oh my god. This is the police speaking. The bars.
Die.
So good. But yeah, One Piece fan letter, bro.
Very good.
I love how
I care so much about this little girl and her big dumb letter to Nami.
Yes. Give her a cover story, cancel the Yamato one immediately. I'm sorry, baby girl, I am betraying you.
God, these jokes feel like they were written in the actual mango.
Right?
Just look at how snappy they are. And how character driven they are.
Oh. And now it's Ruin Island. Well, that looks good. I'm not going to be like that. It looks good.
Are they going to do Fishman Island?
Yeah, they're doing this. They're doing a whole reanimation of the entire arc.
I thought they were doing Shibodi.
No, Shibodi into Fishman Island.
Ah.
So that whole thing. Starting tomorrow, actually.
Man. I've been meaning to rewatch Fishman Island, so
yeah, this is a great opportunity.
Even though I know it's not very good.
Oh no, it's one of the worst arcs in One Piece. Absolutely.
Just like, where are the stakes? We forgot to add stakes.
Well, most of them, I guess. Well, no, Sanji's out. So.
All of the stakes hinge on Jinbei. That's why.
Yeah.
Because the entirety of the arc is, well, you could end this right now, but my fishman history. I can't let Horty be a martyr, or else more like him will show up.
Like, let's just go right into it. Okay, SBS 110. I'm getting to the part I want to get to. Since we're talking about Fishman Island, I want to get to that part. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm going down. Where is it?
Oh, do we have cards on all of the Seraphims?
We got cards on them.
All of them, or just the ones that we know?
The ones we know.
Okay.
But SBS and their favorite cards, I promise.
Cool.
Okay, so skipping all, we'll get to them. We'll get to the Vice Admirals next. Right after I talk about this, we get the Jinbei stuff from where he would be in the good timeline, the bad timeline.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing added to this character. Because the funny part about a lot of these is when we get this type of stuff, this what would happen type of thing, it shows you a little bit about where they would go. Like, for example, Sanji would turn into Judge. Chopper would turn into a weird occultist, apparently.
Yeah.
Frankie would turn into a decimating battleship. Perhaps he became the Pluton in the future. I don't know.
Jinbei would turn into Arlong.
He would become a racist.
Cool.
We cannot leave this race stuff alone. I'm so tired of it. I am so tired. That's the whole character.
Mm-hmm.
That's just further proof. There's nothing else.
Well, usually the bad timeline is the timeline where the Straw Hats give up on their dreams.
Yeah.
So Jinbei's dream being lay end racism, it makes sense that would be the dark timeline because that's like his dream.
It's just so uninteresting.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, it's not that the dream itself is uninteresting. It's just not utilized properly.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a good dream. In context, it's a good dream.
I said, Jinbei responds to being cloned and created as a tool for the world government to oppress his people. Suddenly, this is really good. That is a deeply interesting problem for a character to have.
Yeah.
And Oda just decided not to do anything with it.
And based on what we're going to talk about in a little bit, it gets worse.
Yeah.
That bit gets worse. But here it's just interesting how uninteresting this is presented, given that like Frankie starts off as a dismantler, and if his dreams are not realized, he becomes a giant warring battleship.
Which is funny because Frankie's dream is to basically create the boat that will sail the Grand Line. So,
right. So he just becomes.
He hasn't given up on. He can't. He can't give up on his dreams. He will become the boat.
That's amazing. And then in hindsight, Brooke for not having
his dream is literally too angry to die. Oh Lord.
Face Frankie as always. And what makes this interesting too is that we don't really get one for Brooke because
he's already been 60 and 80 respectively.
And if his dream and the worst case scenario is what we see in the manga, he just doesn't leave the Florian Triangle.
Yeah.
He was already living a nightmare, which the fact that
we've already seen his worst case scenario.
Which is interesting within itself because oh my god. I am trapped in this nightmare forever. That's crazy. But yeah.
I mean, how old is Jinbei? I thought he was already almost 60.
He's like 43 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that's exactly how I felt about it. All right.
That makes sense, I guess.
And I like how we don't draw the pattern when he's older. He does not want to draw this character. I'm so convinced. Because look, he's covered it up here. Not even for a little doodle do you want to draw an intricate pattern.
Worst case scenarios where Jinbei has a different outfit.
He does not want to do it. Why? He does not want to do it. It's so funny. Because it keeps happening. But okay. Moving on from that. I clicked on. Oh, right.
Yeah,
we'll go to the Vice Admirals then.
Okay.
We see Yamato as a little baby when she's transformed.
Baby Yamato is cute. I like that.
This also kills a theory. So the thing around her, the Haragamo thing, it's just a part of the fruit. She's not awakened.
Yeah.
She can't be.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Haragamo is not always, like, awakening. It also demeans, like, divinity.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it makes sense that a transformation in the, divine, godly, mythical devil fruits would have that.
Yeah, because, like...
It's the same reason why Enel had it. He's not awakened.
Right.
He's just trying to be God, because awakening wasn't a thing back then.
That's true. Though it could be, I want it to be... Yeah!
I want chapter 1 to be real. Oh my god, is that baby Green Bull?
Yes, I forgot to talk about this. So
Aramaki, why is he drunk?
He was I hate Twitter. Anyway. Okay, so Aramaki was a police officer in the South Blues Taya Kingdom. And although after a major incident involving a woman, he was imprisoned by his country, his reputation for his extraordinary strength reached the ears of the world government. So he joined the Marines and was promoted as admiral. And
he's got some harassment charges on him too.
Yes.
Ew.
Because this was actually thought about because of his tattoo, and I think he's based off an actor who was in a film when that was a plot. So it's like I think his tattoo means like lost lover or something like that.
Okay.
So we kind of knew about that, but this just gives more context to it. Also, the Taya Kingdom. I don't know what Taya means, but yeah, that's interesting. And as you know, he was part of the World Military Draft. And we find out about that here too.
How do you spell that? Taya? T-A-I-A?
T-A-Y-A.
Interjection of surprise is Yaya.
Oh.
What about Taya? It is a girl's name.
Well, Taya is a girl's name. All right.
I think. It originates from Chinese. Oh, it means many or abundant.
So many or abundant, which kind of makes sense for Green Bull's devil fruits. How he has the ability to create abundance. So yeah, because he turns a literal wasteland in the Udon prison into a lush forest.
Yeah, because he's like La Plante guy. It makes sense to be like that.
Yeah.
So it means many, numerous, or much.
Okay.
So many, praise. It could mean gratitude.
Oh.
Or it could be an adverb to mean truly, exactly, or simply.
Interesting. Okay. I have to include that in the other video as well. Thank you, Zakk. We also get information.
I do my best.
We also get information on Fujitora, who is a little baby here as well, in a similar style of dress to Ryuma, as many people have pointed out. So,
cool.
Due to a system known as the World Military Draft, Iso was drafted into the Marines to serve the national defense of the world government-affiliated countries. After losing his money at a gambling house in the West Blues, Soja.
Immaculate.
Soja Island, which is called Twin Snakes Island in English. Iso was made to work as a bodyguard when he was bought by the world government for a large sum of money. A long time ago.
Slavery is just like an easy institution for them. I mean, it's just like, dog. Buying a person is not very surprising.
Yeah, true. A long time ago, Iso was still in the Grand Line. He was formerly the head of the guards of a country that once existed, known as the Owl Kingdom or the Blue Kingdom, known as a major war criminal when the Blue Kingdom was eradicated in a war. The government is aware that he was once a part of the Blue Kingdom. I find it funny. I guess I'll bring this up again. That he works for someone called Red Dog, and he was once from the Blue Kingdom, and he is now represented by Purple. So that's interesting. You work for Red, you are from Blue, and now you are Purple. That's fascinating to me. It's also interesting that, like, despite being called like Purple Tiger, he has no real affiliation with anything tiger related. Thing is how he was locked up in a place called the Twin Snakes King. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to be from some place called the Blue King, and now you work for someone called the Red Dog. And I wonder, they don't mention the what is it called, the Stomp Stomp fruit anywhere. So I wonder, do Marines who have devil fruits, like I guess literally all of them at this point, because I don't remember any particular cases where they were given one. So do they just find devil fruits out on their travels and they just eat them? I don't think the Marines ever had a devil fruit policy. I remember, for example, Whitebeard's crew had one. If you find it, you can eat it, right? But I don't think the Marines ever had one. I wonder, for the example, actually, going off of that, what are the devil fruit policies with the bigger organizations in One Piece? Like the Revolutionary Army. If you find a devil fruit, can you just eat it? You know? And then on that, going back to Ivankov, we don't know when he ate the hormone fruit. Because there's 16. There's 16 years removed from where we see him during the God Valley incident and the Sorbet Kingdom return. Because when we see him again, he's 31, I believe, and he leaves when he's 15. That's a 16-year difference. 16 years are removed. Also, thank you for the 3K likes on TikTok. Holy cow, I didn't even see that. I've been talking so much. Crushing it. Thank you so much. But yeah. That's not three. That's almost 2 decades of time just gone, you know? Because yeah, he's 31. He arrives with Dragon to free an adult Bonnie, and not a Bonnie, adult Guinea and adult Kuma from the Sorbet Kingdom's prison. So yeah, bruh, there is just a lot to think about there. And then furthermore, and I've talked about this in the past, what was the Kamabaka Queendom? Because I always thought it was the we'll talk about this in a second, because it actually shows up during the Odin flashback. There is a random kingdom that's just like a menagerie of buildings on top of some land, and one of the buildings has the word Yari on it. Yari is Japanese for spear, so I just call it the Spear Kingdom. I wonder if the Spear Kingdom turned into the Kamabaka Queendom, because I could believe, just based on the information that we have here about Fujitora, the island kingdoms rise and fall all the time, right? So I could believe at some point, perhaps this was Bella's kingdom. Bella was the guy that Ivankov turned into a woman when we first saw the powers of the hormone fruit. So maybe Bella was from the Spear Kingdom, which was turned into the Kamabaka Queendom. Because there's nothing that would suggest that the Kamabaka Queendom and the surrounding waters are naturally occurring. I think all of that has been influenced by the hormone fruit, simply because of how ridiculous the hormone fruit can be, and seeing as how Ivankov should be treated kind of like a character similar to Law, in which they can really modify the organisms they come in contact with. So with that being said, it's very possible that the Kamabaka Queendom is fully influenced down to the waters around it by the hormone fruit.
All right, what are we talking about?
Oh, I went off a tangent.
I heard
about how okay, so Iso Fujitora.
Yeah,
it's interesting because he's represented by purple now, but he's from a blue kingdom and now works for someone with the epithet of Red Dog. I find that funny.
Ah, okay.
And given how kingdoms rise and fall in One Piece, it's very possible that the Kamabaka Queendom was once something else. And then given Ivankov's powers and influence, he just turned into a world of his own creation. Or a place of his own creation. Kind of like how with Law, how he just made a whole new race using the Op fruit.
Also interesting that Green Bull is green, which is complementary and contrasting to Red.
Exactly. And who does he look up to?
Yeah.
Exactly. Very good point. And they both have very similar personalities because, Sakazuki is a dog and he is told what to do and he will attack anyone his master tells him to sick. And Green Bull is a charging bull who will run aimlessly in one direction, like we see in Wano. So
true.
Fits. But moving on. Right. So this has been a big controversy on TikTok. Mostly because people don't know how to read.
About Kizaru?
Yes, because it is highly suggested that Kizaru is the one who gave Luffy the food mysteriously when he was on the ground.
Oh, I love him holding the McDonald's. That's funny.
Yes, it is. So Oda implies that Kizaru might have been the one who fed Luffy in chapter 1103. In chapter 1103, Luffy starts eating a bunch of food, but who answered his plea after he screamed out for food? Close to him were Sanji and Frankie. Could it have been one of them? Though the likes of Kizaru and Setomaru were also there, so no one noticed it happening. Meaning, for no one to have spotted it, it must have been carried out at the speed of light.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, I sure don't. Oh yeah, I sure don't know.
Thus proving that Sanji is going to fight Kizaru because he's faster than light.
So here's the problem.
Food is now faster than light. We're doing it, boys.
Somebody also pointed out, which we'll get to shortly, that there's a ramen bowl in the page, like on the side here. And when Kizaru is entering Egghead with Saturn, he's eating out of a ramen bowl. And ramen is one of his favorite foods. Yeah. Also, people have forgotten that Kizaru can accelerate faster than light. And they think that people in One Piece cannot perceive a light speed movement, even though that's been a thing since the pre-time skip in Thriller Bark. So no, people can perceive things that are light speed, and Kizaru canonically can move faster than light because during the fight with Luffy, he accelerates past the speed of light in the manga. Also, for all of you science heads out there, yes, Kizaru controls light, meaning that he can make light act unlike how light usually acts because light does not stop unless it bumps into something. He makes a sword out of light. Normally that would be impossible. Because light doesn't stop unless it bumps into something. But he makes a sword out of it. Controls light. Yeah. Okay, I'm gone. We're done.
I'm just trying to take that all in.
I'm just saying, like, it's yeah. He's already put the fries in the bag. Okay.
Yeah, like, why is that controversial?
Because
why do people not like that?
Because they don't like the idea that he moved faster than light. Or something. It's very odd. I don't get it myself.
They don't like the fact that he was fast?
Yeah. Or people cannot perceive him because he was fast, which I'm like, he's done that. He literally did that.
He's fast. He's like...
He's faster than fast.
He's literally the fastest man alive.
Yeah. And he can go...
Why is that like controversial? Why would you get mad about that?
He can control light.
He is light.
He's light. He's literally light. And we've seen well, I mean, like I just said, based on the sword, he can make light act out of how it naturally acts, like all the other locusts do.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. It makes me mad. It makes people mad. But anyway.
I'm just confused.
Yeah. You have every right to be. Getting to
people find the funniest things to get mad over.
Yeah. No, that's true. I am sometimes one of them, I will admit. But
yo, is that a new doggo? Is that a new dog guy?
Technically, no. This is Pomsky. We've seen him before.
The otter guy.
Yes, he's one of the vice admirals that we meet, and he literally has the Reiko no Mi, otherwise known as the otter fruit, making him an otter human.
Very cool.
Going up the list, once again, Doll is interesting because her martial arts style is called Soul
Nukama Kempo. Oh.
No. That would be interesting though, but no. It's Soul Rock, which is...
I can't wait for her to have a brother that uses Lunatone.
Right? Oh, that's a good joke. Zakk, that's good. Oh no. But Soul Rock is literally like two music genres fused together. You have soul and you have rock. So the music terminology continues with her.
I wonder if it's anything like Brooks' fighting style, because he uses like the ice of hell, but he also uses like music.
Yeah, but that's like yes and no, because that is
it's a Bushido style mixed with a devil fruit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, because like he's using music offensively, but it's even though it's shown off in the pre-time skip, it's explained in the post-time skip that he's using music as a conduit for his soul to reach the souls of others. So like,
yeah, but like that's not like a devil fruit power though.
No, it is.
Well, everything with Brooks' like ability is like the devil fruit just lets it so that you can come back to life. Brooks' ability is natural.
No.
Because he was a ghost for a while, so he knows how to be a ghost. It was learned. It wasn't the fruit, technically.
No, bro, that's explained as the fruit.
He doesn't have the ghost fruit. He's got the revive or whatever.
Bro, I'm telling you, like when he's fighting Zio, right? The fisherman guy, it's explained that through the Yomi no Mi, revive fruit, gives him the power to connect to people's souls. It's no fruit.
Well, that's not as cool as my idea, so it's not real.
but to your point, because he's a good musician, he can use music as a conduit in that way. So it is a learned trait helped out by adult fruit. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I am.
No.
But yeah, Doll.
Yeah. Doll's cool. Then we've got this loser who gets bonked on the head by a giant. Vice Admiral Toza.
Imagine losing to a giant. Disgraceful.
It kind of is, because Doll beats one up easily. Even though, I mean, he's a lackey one.
Yeah.
But still, it's impressive.
This guy got surprised by, like, Oima, right?
By Broggy.
By Bro, yeah.
And Broggy just taps him on the head like bonk, and he's out.
Yeah, this guy got surprised by a man with a 1.8 billion berry bounty. Huh.
That's fair. Okay.
Disgraceful.
Oh, I'm being too hard on him. Okay. It does say he can bite with his hands, because he does do a cool technique called 10-fingered pistol. Which that's cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
Following him. Oh, you were right about this. You were absolutely right. And because you said this, you point this out, and I did a video on it. Okay, so Vice Admiral Urban is confirmed to have the barrel fruit, making him a cannon man.
Cool.
A while ago, you pointed out that he looked weird pointing his head at Bonnie. And then because of that, we talked about it, and we thought that he might have like a
cannon fruit.
A cannon fruit, and that's what he has. So
kind of wild that we've basically wasted that iconic pirate iconography.
Yeah.
On a character that we will never see again.
I mean, it's very unlikely, though I do wonder, just based on the nature of what he is he like in now a trifecta of sorts between himself, Das Bones, and Baby Five?
Of just like weapon fruits?
Yeah, of like both of them being worse than Baby Five, because it's canonical information that the Dice fruit, Mr. One's fruit, is weaker than the Arms fruit, Baby Five's fruit.
Well, I'm going to be real. I don't think that there's a devil fruit that's better than Baby Five's fruit.
No, she's at the top.
That fruit is crazy.
It is a little wild, though, to be fair. No, yeah. And then we have your best girl.
I love her.
Interesting information found out. Okay, so she has the riot fruit, making her a pilot human. She can turn any object or living being she surpasses in hockey into a mount. She's the sworn elder sister of great advisor Tsuru.
Yeah.
Huh.
So we had an idea that she was going to be related to Tsuru in some way, but not exactly like a sworn sister. More like a rival of sorts.
That's cool. I'm glad my old lady jokes turned into something.
Like, I know that hockey can undo devil fruits. Did we have to add that?
It makes sense.
Did we have to add that line?
You know hockey's going to be a part of things now. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's a little gross. Yeah, I want to see what she looks like younger. Not like as a baby, but as an adult.
They'll probably draw that eventually.
Yeah.
Oda will not be able to help himself when it comes down to drawing a thirsty rendition of an older character.
And I will be there to view it. But moving up, another interesting thing, which I thought this guy was a jobber, but this is kind of wild. Vice Admiral Hound, who has the dog fruit model hound. Making him like Vice Admiral Dalmatian, who might have the dog fruit model Dalmatian. Funny about that. So he joined the Marines at the same time as Smoker.
Huh.
And what's funny about this is that technically a hound, as it's defined, is a hunting dog.
Yeah.
This is funny because Smoker's epithet, his nickname, is the White Hunter. So both of them are hunters, and they joined the Marines at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oda clarifies he is different from Marine Kadar. I don't know who Kadar is, but I guess they don't matter. Moving on. And then we have Red King. We don't have a race confirmation for him. I think he's a snake neck, just from how long his neck is.
He's just a weird looking dude.
But he might just be a weird looking dude. We know he gets beat by Frankie. He has the steam knuckle thing. And then
gets absolutely jobbed out.
Yeah, no contest. Defeated. Cola beats Steam. Get wrecked, loser.
Every time.
And I think lastly we have Vice Admiral Guillotine, who does not have a dough fruit and just has a blade on his head.
Mondo cool. See, I like
shocked.
that. I like that sometimes there's just not a devil fruit explanation. Some people are just weird.
Yeah, which, I mean, it makes sense because there's so many weird people in One Piece.
Yeah.
So, like how Adeo creates explosions by punching because he's just that strong.
Yeah. He just punches so hard that the air itself just oxidizes and explodes.
Which is base and cool.
Which is way cooler than if he did have a devil fruit.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking about long arm tribe members, we have some cool information about them.
My man!
Scratchman Poo. So, the elbow closest to the hand is known as the friend bow, while the upper elbow closer to the shoulder is called the lover bow. It is
based
said,
off of where you like block arms?
I guess so. It is said they represent
At what arm's length you are from someone. That's cute.
Oh, I like that. That's good cultural stuff. Pooh.
Why wouldn't the lover bow be on the inside, though? I guess friendship is more important than lovers?
Well, no, because a lover, you're closer to someone. That'd be the shoulder. Close to the shoulder, so that means you're the closest because you're up against them.
Oh, I think I just misheard which one was which.
But yeah, the friend bow is the second one because you're slightly farther away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just misheard.
My bad. I read that poorly.
It's not your fault.
And then we are at our sword members. Okay.
Oh, official coloring.
Yes. Well, we've had that for a while. But it's still cool.
Did we know that Hibari was blonde this whole time? Huh.
Yeah.
Fair.
That was in the anime. Oh, no, yeah. Like a while ago. He's begging Groose to save Kobe.
Yeah.
So they go as follows. Drake is 33, and he's a tall lad. I think he's 6 feet. I don't know the rest of the conversion for centimeters for the rest of these, but okay, here we go. Kujaku is 26. Groose is 29. Kobe is 18. Hibari is 17. And Helmeppo is 22. I did not know there was that much of an age gap. Oh my god.
Between Helmeppo and Kobe?
I did not know that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Helmeppo, I think, big, ain't he? 179 centimeters?
He's pretty tall.
Yeah. Oh, right. And then we have some relationship between Groose, Drake, and Kujaku.
Oh.
Kujaku and Groose are juniors, slightly younger than Drake, but they still act as if they were from the same generation. Also, I was asked if Groose is actually a prince. He's not. He just has he's from a rich family.
So Prince is like with Sanji.
Yeah.
Like a Mr. Prince, it's a title, not exactly
Well, no, Sanji's actually a prince.
I guess, yeah.
Because he's from like
But it's less of
Yeah.
It's more of a funny nickname than an actual title.
It's like he's more like
they call him Prince because he's a stuck-up kid,
Yeah. He's like if Helmeppo originally was like a good Marine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay.
I forgot that the Germa Kingdom was a kingdom.
No, that's fair. They're in a weird
I'm
spot.
a fake fan.
No. But yeah, it's explained by like the hat, though the hat has its own backstory. But the gold chain is then the fur coat. It makes a lot of sense.
What's the story behind the hat?
Oh, this is in I think the last one. The reason why he wears the long hat because his mother did not want him to look down. So because the bib of his hat's so long, he always has to face forward.
That's awesome.
So he literally has to see things through straight ahead. I love that. That's so cool.
That's so One Piece. I love that.
Oh yeah. Oda explains.
Giant Luffy.
Oda explains the reason Luffy's clothes expand is because his willy would pop out if they didn't.
Coward.
Is that it? One more last thing. Okay, so we got the clothing line that makes the Gorosei suits.
Mm-hmm.
Which is called Nioro Armani.
Yeah, based off of Giorgio Armani.
Yeah, Giorgio Armani, yeah.
Yeah.
So
which is very funny.
And they come from the East Blue and the Long Boot Kingdom.
I love how he just took like a real guy and said he's in One Piece now.
He's in One Piece now from the Long Boot Kingdom. No, the
Giorgio
king of the
Armani. I can't believe they put him in the manga.
The king of the Long Boot Kingdom, King Funari, previously made an appearance during the Reverie or the Levely. It's obvious the country is inspired by Italy in the shape of a long boot and the brand after Giorgio Armani. So the country is literally shaped like a boot.
Dressrosa's cooked.
Super cooked. Well, they're more Spain. They're Spain with like Roman influences.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's weird that you have a Colosseum in Spain, but I digress, whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was Venice.
Yeah, no, that's Water 7
True.
with the gondola seahorse things. Yarka Bulls, that's what they're called.
Man, Oda likes to go back to Italy a lot.
Yeah. He likes his pizza. Right. Now we have the 10 questions. Oh, no. Favorite cards first or 10 questions first? Which one you want to do?
Either one's fine.
Okay,
we're already here.
Yeah, we're already here. Okay, so this is another controversial thing. Starting with question, and I
here's a controversial thing. Question 1.
Oh no, is this question 1? No, it's question 1. It's question 1. We're going from question 1. Okay, so question 1. Oh boy. When using Gear 5th, Luffy takes out things like goggles, a baseball helmet out of his Hagoromo cloud scarf. Please tell us how that works.
It's a hammer space. He's a cartoon character.
Exactly. See how you got it that fast? We'll get to that in a second. It's a gateway to Nika's imagination. The amount of cope, and I know I'm pointing out one individual specifically. I'm not hating on you, bro. But there's one person on TikTok, and probably several people actually, that does not want to believe that Luffy has Toon Force in Gear 5th. Oda will never actually call it Toon Force, but this is the most confirmation of confirmations that it's Toon Force. It's not about rubber anymore. Well, I mean, that's a part of the powers. It's always about rubber. But Toon Force is now a part of the moveset.
Yeah.
It's not... The paint isn't hockey. The fact anyone would come to that is crazy. That's actual lunacy.
Hockey paint is so funny.
Oh my god.
It is literally orc logic from 40k.
That is and it might be red.
I painted this bat red so it would swing faster.
It might be red in the anime, which is even funnier.
Oh, it's obviously red because it's Luffy.
Right. That's his favorite color.
Yeah.
And it's the color of meat, so of course he painted it red.
Diggity dog, they're having a One Piece they had a One Piece event in... Actually, I might be wrong. Never mind.
What?
They had a One Piece event with the MLB, and I'm pretty sure it was with the Red Sox.
Yeah? Yes, it was. It was. Exactly.
It's either the Red Sox or the White Sox, which would be very funny if it was the White Sox, because they're the worst team in baseball this year.
Oh, yeah, right. Which that's not surprising. Off. Anyway.
Red Sox, okay.
Red Sox, yes. Red Sox. Yeah, it makes total sense. So, yes, Luffy has Toon Force, officially. I don't know how far do we have to go into that to explain it further. It's anything. It's anything he wants.
It's a visual gag.
And they're real. That's another thing people have been saying, like, oh, even when he pulls these things out, that doesn't mean they're real objects. They're real objects because they interact with the world. They're real. Everything he makes is real.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably punch someone out of the manga into the real world in the manga. And it'll probably be like a photograph of like Oda's office or something. And they'll end up on his desk. That'll probably happen at some point. Like with Popeye.
That would be very funny.
I hope so. I hope that happens. Maybe he'll punch Oda.
If he punched Blackbeard out of the manga.
Yeah!
And then Blackbeard was real and he took over Earth.
Yeah!
Everyone's like, Oda, you have to have him punch a good guy out of the manga.
So what you're saying...
And Oda'd be like, he can't do that. Luffy would never punch his friends.
So what you're saying is that Jump Force is real.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, question 2. Oh, anything?
Here's something that's controversial.
Well, no. Since Sabo has inherited the Flame Fruit, he seems to have been able to use its abilities to the fullest. Did he undergo training to be able to master the powers of the Flame Fruit? And Oda just says he trains every day.
Cool. What a cool character. Didn't he use he can?
Yeah.
Literally the day he ate the fruit?
Yeah, because based on his memories of Ace, or I guess seeing Ace in the paper over the years and not knowing who he was. And then
he used Ace's strongest attack the day he ate the fruit.
Yeah.
Whatever,
man. Iconic. Yeah, it's really whatever.
It's Sabo, who cares?
Yeah. Third question about an alcoholic father. So,
Bears.
has Dragon ever lived together with Luffy? Short answer, no.
No. What? No.
No. I'm not even going to go into all that. No. Question 4. Blackbeard's ship is known as the Saber of Sebek, but surely that has some connection with Roxy Sebek. Oda's being coy.
Of course. Why would Oda tell us anything? Why would he even like acknowledge that question? Of course it has something to do with rocks.
Because it's literally named after... Okay.
It's named after him.
I can't. Question 5. We learned that Shanks is a Fed. So, the move, Atheism Slash, also known as Divine Departure.
Mm-hmm.
But Atheism Slash on the program. That used to one-shot Kid. Did he learn it from Roger? Yes, just by observing it. He learned it from Roger. Which means that Shanks is the best character in One Piece. He knows everything. I guess.
So how does this prove that he's a Fed?
Because he is.
Because he knows a swing that Roger did?
Yes.
Cool.
Because he can just copy abilities, which makes him very interesting.
I would love it if Shanks, like, if he's like, oh yes, I observed all of Buggy's techniques.
Could you imagine?
He could just like separate his body parts as a natural ability.
Oh no. I hope Bucky uses a parody of the Atheism Slash. His own flavor, because he will get Conqueror's Hockey. I don't care what anyone says. He will. Get it?
Yeah, Buggy probably. If he doesn't, I'll be if he doesn't, I'll be happy. If he does, I'll be happy.
Fair. Oh, we have a breakdown for question 6 of how the cross guild bounties work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a crown equals 10 stars. 10 stars equal about around 100 million berries. So, a fleet admiral is worth 5 crowns. Sakazuki Akinu will be worth 5 billion berries, which is probably the level cap of Luffy's final bounty. Possibly.
Yeah.
Either 5 or 6 billion. We'll have to see. But yeah.
Kind of interesting that they would just have 5 billion berries just hanging around.
Yeah, just casually. I don't even know how they pay that out. I guess because of how impossible the feat is.
Yeah.
Like, how will you capture that's an actual win over the world. You've captured the fleet admiral of the Marines. Each Marine is worth 3 billion.
And to be honest, they probably, let's be honest, they probably did that not expecting, if someone actually brought them Sakazuki, they'd be like, I'm not paying that.
Like, thanks, buddy. Do I get my money? No. Mihawk, take this guy out back.
Yeah.
I do wonder, is Sengoku worth that as a former fleet admiral?
Probably not.
Probably not. He's too...
Because he's not an active fleet admiral. He's probably got a different... He's probably got a different rank now.
Yeah, but wait, we'll have to get to that later.
He'd probably be like a vice admiral, maybe.
But on that, I will say that he could be treated like Garp, because we do find out. I'll go through them, but we find out later that there are special exceptions. Because Garp, even though he's a vice admiral,
Garp still has the 3
crowns.
3-star 3 crowns, yeah.
Because he's worth 3 billion as much as an admiral. So Sengoku could be worth 4. He could be in the middle.
I would probably put Sengoku on Garp's level.
That's fair. Because narratively, they have been compared to each other the most.
I would say in terms of threat, they're probably comparable. Maybe Garp a little bit more because he's a little bit less predictable.
Yeah. True. 5... Wait, am I counting that right? Yeah, 5 stars is 500 million, which are for vice admirals, usually. Rear admirals are worth 2 stars. That's 200 million. Commodores...
Was Kobe a vice admiral?
He was... I can actually look up.
I don't think it was a vice admiral, was he? He's got the 5 stars,
he's a captain.
Yeah, he's just a captain.
But see, because of the... We'll get into that a little later, but because of the Rocky Port incident, he's treated in the same case as Garp. He's a special marine. He's a hero character.
Okay.
Commodores are worth 100 billion. No, 100 million. Excuse me. Commodores are worth 1 star. That means 100 million.
I love how Oda had to go in depth on all of this like nonsense.
Yeah.
Just to be like, here's all the exceptions because it doesn't matter.
And then captains are worth the same as Commodores because they're also worth 100 million berries. Field officers are worth 1 million. Field officers and below. And junior officers, if you capture a child like Rika, I guess. The baby who gave Zoro the rice balls.
Mm-hmm.
She's a chef. I guess she's a junior officer. He's worth...
No, that's... Junior officers are not like privates. Officers are in a different level than infantry.
Fair.
So they don't really have rewards for infantry.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So like, okay, so junior being 100,000, that wouldn't be like a new recruit.
Junior officer would be like a new recruit if you are a little bit rich and are into the army has an officer program typically.
Yeah.
Well, the military has an officer program. So you can be in infantry programs or you can move up to the officer program. And sometimes you can skip the rigmarole by taking tests and stuff like that to bypass the initial private stage, I suppose.
So probably this is what Bruce went through, since we know he's from a wealthy family.
Yeah, something like that.
Because he's a rear admiral now, so it's likely he skipped the line. So okay, I get you.
So yeah, if somebody had taken Kobe before he was brought up by Garp,
yeah,
he probably wouldn't have a bounty. But if somebody took Kobe after he was taken by Garp, like Garp personally training Kobe and Helmeppo, probably would put them on junior officer level.
And I would assume, like, if Helmeppo wasn't a putz under Morgan, he probably would have gotten in really early too.
I mean, if he was even recognized as a member of the military, just the son of a captain.
That's true. True. Well, thank you for the insight, sir. I didn't know that. That was cool.
Both of my parents were in the army, so
that makes sense. Hey, we got an expert here. Cool. Thank you.
The expert is certainly a strong term, but
you know more.
I could have gotten it completely wrong, but just keep that in mind.
Well, you know more.
But I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
And I value your input, so thank you.
Question 7.
On to question 7. We're almost done here, and then we can get to the whole Vivicar expose. Okay, so question 7. What job does Kuzan Aokiji have as the 10th Titanic captain of the Blackbeard Pirates? Also, does he have any subordinates? Short form answer: he is a loyal member. He does have subordinates. He doesn't always does what Blackbeard says, but he's a team player.
Yeah.
So he's just Zoro, I guess.
Well, no, not really, because Zoro still has like a role on the ship.
Yeah, true. Because he's swords.
He's like fighter. Sword guy. Yeah,
primary fighter.
He would have a role on the ship like comparable to like what Yamato would have.
Yeah,
where they're on the ship, they don't really have a specific role. They'll just help out where they're needed.
That's fair. And then he says, I feel that for Kuzan, joining the crew was more about living freely than committing criminal acts. But he's not like an evil pirate. Yeah, because it makes sense. We talked about this like
they literally say that out loud in the manga.
Right, when he's joining, like, yeah, I mean, a pirate is about coming together for your own goals and ambitions. So he wants to live in a world in which he can operate freely for the good of the people. It makes total sense. In the manga, I think he says it in the bar scene. I'm just misquoting it, but yeah, that was obvious from the start. We talked about this, I think, 2 times. I think when the anime had it and then the manga had it previously. But obvious, makes sense. Not surprised. We actually found out about the World Military Draft for question 8.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Okay, so the question is, what kind of system is the World Military Draft that conscripted new Marines such as Fujitoro and Green Bull? So it's basically like we took the best dudes from countries like affiliated with the world government and put them in the Marines. However, this caused the 8-Nation Revolution because now these countries don't have their best guys. And they're just revolting because they are unprotected now.
Because what would happen? What would happen if we are in the middle of the drought?
Yeah.
Koza's building his revolutionary army, and then the world government was like, hey, give us Chaka and Pell.
Give us Chaka, Pell, and that Koza guy can use a sword. I'll take him too.
Well, no, they take the strongest guys associated with the military of the
kingdom.
Country.
True. So like
of the kingdom. So yeah, so Koza would be there and would just be like, oh, I guess it's time to revolt now, and he would just win.
Oh my gosh! So wait, no, they would take Chaka, they would take Pell, and they would take those 3 dudes who attacked Crocodile, who drank that mystic water.
Yeah.
Which was weird. Which was a weird Dragon Ball reference, but yeah,
they might take the entire Duck Cavalry. I don't know.
They could. No, seriously, that's a part of the military. Oh my god. Do they have animals? Well, they could from Alabama. They could. They said, well, we got animals now. Put a suit on that duck.
It would go so hard if you put them under Bluegrass's contingency.
Oh my god, yeah, with the pilot oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
And then give one of the ducks powerful hockey. He can't be tamed.
My powerful conqueror's duck hockey. I am the king of the pond. Okay, question 9. We're almost home, boys. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So, please tell us about the Rocky Port incident that resulted in Kobe being called a hero. So, okay, this is a long explanation.
It took us this long to talk about the Rocky Port incident.
Yeah. So, to break it down, because there's a lot here, Oda says he probably won't put it in the manga anywhere. But
yeah, I was about to say, this is basically confirmation that this is not going to show up at all in the manga, surely.
Not at all. So, Blackbeard, Kobe, and Trafalgar D. Waterlaw all kind of descended upon the pirate island, which was ran by a former Rocks pirate. I forgot their name. I think it's Wang Ji or something.
Wang Ji!
Yes, thank you, Tekken. He says that a lot. That's so funny when he says it. But yeah, so Wang Ji was conspiring with another kingdom with smuggling goods.
Cool.
So
very Chinese pirates.
Yeah, very true, actually. So then after that smuggling ring got blown up, Law was crowned a warlord because of it. Kobe, due to his affiliation with the with working together with Law and Blackbeard, was crowned captain, and Blackbeard took the land from himself and turned it into his pirate island. And
cool.
I think, and this was the also the event that made Blackbeard a Yonko.
Yeah,
which makes sense because you just defeated a former Rocks pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Atop of having 2 Devil Fruits and all that other jazz. So yeah,
that's such like a weird. That is such a weird like mixture of characters.
Yeah, and they come together more than you think because Blackbeard fights Law later. Blackbeard also captures Kobe later, and he's rescued. Kobe's then rescued from a place that he was just at, technically.
Yeah.
That made a name for himself. So it's weird that they keep bunching these guys together a lot.
Also, if I were Kobe, I would be so mad.
Why?
I'm out here in the Rocky Port incident fighting a former Rocks pirate and future Yonko.
And future warlord. And former Supernova.
I'm getting people out of here. I'm doing my job as a Marine. I'm helping I'm absolutely just crushing it at my job. And then some schmuck, some pirate comes in, steals 100 hearts.
Right?
From the people I'm trying to protect, and he gets a better promotion than me.
Yeah, and former land owned by the
You
world
gotta
government.
be kidding me. I'd be so mad.
And a vacation home in Punk Hazard. Just a whole big old mansion. Like,
well, they didn't grant him Punk Hazard. He just went there and said it was his vacation home. Yeah. He just went there because, like, what are they going to do? Tell him no?
Right.
You can't tell a warlord no.
Exactly. True. So, yeah, Law will not leave the manga. He's here forever, baby. Which, I mean, this is admittedly is cool.
Yeah.
And now the 10th and final question. Saint, which is the lamest question, honestly, because we know this already. But,
Garling.
Yeah, Saint Garling fought the pirates of the God Valley incident.
Is Garling strong?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, he's a Gorosei. Yes.
Short answer.
What do you mean?
Short answer, yes. Long form answer, he has always been in a leader position ever since he's been introduced.
Yeah.
He was the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. He was crowned that after the God Valley incident, which speaks to his strength. And now currently he is a 5 elder. He's a Gorosei.
Is Garling strong?
That is the most asinine question. What do you mean? Okay.
Guys, is Kaido, like, kind of strong? I mean, I heard he's pretty good.
Guys, is Big Mom strong? She got defeated by Kinla. I don't know how strong she is. Yeah, she's very. Okay.
How many Dorikis does Big Mom have?
All of them. Okay, now for the good part. Because that was kind of lame. Well, some good information there, but I didn't like the 10 questions bit. And I have to record it again. My video. Oh my god. Anyway. Okay, so starting with the Vivid cards. Are we going in order, or do you want to skip around?
Let's just keep going.
Okay. So, Vivid cards, the timeline of Vegapunk's life. So, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. I wanted next. Okay, so 0 years ago, he was killed by Kizaru. Smited.
Killed by what? I believe he was killed by Yonko the Sea Monkey D. Luffy. The newspaper told me so.
That's true. I believe that big bird. He is a big bird. 2 years ago, he creates clones of himself giving birth to 6 satellites. That's not how you say that. That's disgusting. Oof.
They've only been around for 2 years.
And we're gonna find out that I have been putting out problematic content based on their biological ages. Oh, your boy's in the dirt. Oh boy. Some of it's good, some of it's troubling.
This is why Atlas was always my favorite. You cannot spin why I love that character in weird, disgusting ways.
Oh, I'm cooked. Anyway. I'm cooked on one, I'm fine on the other, which is all right. Well, not really, but whatever. Anyway, 3 years ago, he cuts his head and creates Punk Records. How does he do this? We don't know. 4 years ago, Punk Hazard is involved in a great explosion, and that's when he moves to Egghead. 26 years ago, he's arrested by the world government, who perceive the research of Mads as dangerous.
That's really funny.
What?
It's like, we're going like a year-by-year basis of this guy's life, right?
Yeah.
What just happened? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. All right, let's skip behind 24 years before that. My man was doing nothing.
36 years ago, he discovers the bloodline elements and is published in the big newspaper,
World Economic News.
And 39 years ago, he is convened as one of the founding scientists of MADS, the Laboratory of Peace. So 39 years ago, Mads was created. Okay, that's cool.
This is a laboratory of peace. What are we gonna call it? Gun?
Yeah.
Like, why would you call a mad science operation MADS? if it's for peace.
And
big head.
And based on the sketches, his full brain size is around 12 meters tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Big head. We get punk records in color for the first time.
Very cool.
Yep. Disgusting. I hate it. And now we get into the ages of the satellites. Oh, Lord, your boy is cooked. Okay. Starting with number 1. Zakk, the good.
Wait. Why do we have age physically and born?
Yeah, because they were born 2 years ago.
Oh no, we're doing clone cope.
Yeah, we're
oh
clone cope.
No.
So
Oda, no, you are not going to escape the allegations with this.
Oh.
This is a bad look, my guy.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they're 15, but they were designed to be 30.
Yeah, they're all
yikes.
Birthday March 22nd, age physically 30, born during the time skip. 2 years old. Blood type S. His origin is an egghead. He's from Egghead. What do you expect? He's from Egghead.
Yeah.
He loves milk porridge.
Blood type super.
No.
Blood type soda.
Blood type he sucks. I hate Shaka.
Blood type Shaka.
Exactly. We get sketches of him. It looks like he originally was.
His fit is so cool.
It is.
You got to admit, he looks awesome.
He looks great. It looks like he was perhaps going to be a woman at some point. Looking at these hips, maybe. Maybe I'm misreading it. I don't know. But yeah.
Man, you could tell he was in the doldrums of the surgery at this point, man.
Yeah. Okay. Vegapunk Lilith, number 2. We're safe. We're kind of safe, but we're entering the poop.
She's Punk 02 for how many years she has?
Yeah. She's well, they all had the same birthday, but this is 22nd. That's the last time I'm saying it. She's aged physically 24. We're okay. Born 2 years ago. She is 204 centimeters tall. I don't know how tall that is in feet. I guess they all have the same blood type, which is S. For super for her, because she's actually kind of funny. She's from Egghead, and she loves chicken steak lasada. Or what
204 centimeters is 6'8".
Oh my god. That's a big girl. Did not know that. Thank you, Zakk.
I'll keep the calculator up so that I can figure out York when we get to her.
Yeah, and that's when the police is coming. Oh no.
Is York designed to be 16? Is it over?
You'll find out.
Oh no.
Okay, so chicken steak a la Diable. So she likes something called devil for food. That's funny. Being the evil one. Okay, moving up. We have a little sketches of her. She basically.
Diable?
What was that?
Because I know Diablo is the devil.
I think Diable is the female version.
Maybe. It's French.
Yeah.
Oh!
Deviled. Oh, deviled.
Like deviled eggs.
Oh, it's a pun. Okay. So she originally was going to have Alice's jetpack.
Which would have been sick.
Yeah, and she originally wasn't going to be dummy thick, which,
originally she was going to have the code open, it looks like.
Yeah, and just have the bra set like Nami. So,
honestly, that would look a lot. That concept art with the open coat and the shorts looks way better than her actual outfit.
Well, we'll see in Elbaf how she changes. We might get that.
Yeah. Because like I like the bomber jacket, but I hate the onesie on her.
The onesie is weird, especially
she needs a belt desperately.
Yeah, that's usually the case I've noticed in my own ventures in character design. When you're putting a woman in like a onesie, a belt is great. A belt helps because it separates the torso from like the lower body. Creates good separation. Good belt, big belt is good on women. I like big belt.
Yeah,
I like big belt on men too.
Either that or have like the bomber jacket, like have it open but zipped it just at the bottom, something like that.
She needs.
You gotta separate that because there's way too much like negative space in her outfit.
Yeah, she's plumb naked without the jacket.
Smartest man in the world doesn't even know about fashion. Unbelievable.
And his clothes were featured in a fashion show by a real fashion designer. In the real world. Yeah, all right.
My brother in Christ, like, I think the worst thing about the satellites design, none of them are in Hawaiian outfit.
That is weird. That's weird.
Why is that one of Vegapunk's two choices of outfit if none of him are wearing them?
None of them. Actually, none of them.
We don't even get an explanation for that.
No. And you know what's the funny part about that is Frankie's not wearing a Hawaiian outfit either. It's Sanji.
Yeah.
So fun. It's funny because Frankie was probably inspired by what he found on that ship, which is speculated to be the Mad ship. So there might have been Hawaiian clothing just left behind, which gave him like the inspiration to dress like that. And he doesn't even get that outfit when he goes to Egghead. That's so funny.
Yeah. Imagine that.
That's incredible. We get the opposite of everything, and he actually wears pants for a change, which is incredible.
Which is strange and weird.
Yeah.
In his year, nonetheless.
In his year. And shoes to boot. Because he never wears shoes. But
all right.
Yeah.
Next lad.
What
about my boy Edison?
Edison. He is 100 centimeters tall. He
was a what?
100 centimeters tall.
Oh. So he's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than I thought. I thought he was tiny.
Yeah, I thought he was chopper sized. Weird. He's 18 years old physically. He likes pie and coffee like me. However, lets York eat most of his meals. Oh, right. They do. Right.
Yeah. You know, given his like dialect, because he's got like a Kansai dialect, I think, right?
Yeah, he sounds like, you know what he would
like
sound
he's supposed to sound. He's supposed to sound like backwood boonies, like Southerner,
like how people portray folks from Osaka in anime.
Yeah.
I
wonder if pie and coffee is like liked in Osaka.
It might be.
Like, what's in I don't know. Because I would expect him to be like, give him chicken and grits.
That could be a country meal in Japan. Coffee and pie. Yeah.
I want to know what the Japanese equivalent to cornbread is.
I would like that too, so I can have it. Because I love cornbread. Anyway.
I would like to know what the American equivalent to cornbread is so that I could have some cornbread.
Oh, now I'm hungry. Okay, but yeah, he is the third one. He is the Vegapunk of ideas. And look at the concept art. He was going to be a kitty cat, a little meow meow guy.
Oh, that'd been cute.
Very Monster Hunter. Very good. And he was going to have Pythagoras.
Dude, he went through a lot of different a lot of different ideas.
He was going to have Pythagoras' backpacks. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I like the diver suit in the right.
Oh yeah, little round guy. That's good. Oh, the mummy.
Yeah, like
and Mr. Peanut.
A lot of these are really cool ideas. I like what we got. I like Edison's design. I like the plug head.
I want the Mr. Peanut. See him next to the mummy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like the plug head.
Yeah.
I love the backpack on him in that one.
The weight is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were trying. He was going to be 6, I guess. So he was going to have York spot. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Moving on to number 4, we have Pythagoras, who is 26. He is 341 centimeters tall.
So he's like almost 9 feet tall.
Yeah, he's big.
Wait, 341?
Yeah.
That's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah. Which I guess technically he should have two heights because he's a smaller body inside of a bigger body. Because the head pops off and has little legs.
Yeah.
He's probably like the same size or smaller than Edison.
He is 11 feet 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Big lad. He loves vegetable juice, but lets York eat it, which, yeah. And he is the Vegapunk of wisdom. All right. Yeah, that's it. And then concept art. Oh, I like what we got. These boys are bad. Oda, you booked. These are not good. I like the potato one. That's funny in the corner.
Yeah.
Potato. Let's see. Oh, I'm not cooked yet, but here's your favorite girl, Atlas.
I love Atlas.
She is physically age 16.
That's a lot older than I thought she would be.
Me too, actually. I thought she'd be like a baby.
I would expect like Astro Boy, not Astro Teen.
Yeah,
I was expecting Astro Girl, not. Oh God, what's her name?
Jenny.
Not Jenny. I forget what Jenny's last name is.
Wakeman.
My life, Jenny Wakeman. Thank you.
Jenny, my life is a teenage robot.
Based show.
Great show.
I was expecting like aged 12.
Yeah.
So that I could make the Invader Zim joke of I am 12 years old.
It's also weird that she looks like a mink. Or like a half mink.
Yeah, because she's got like the lamb ears.
Yeah, and the tail. Very strange. She is 729.
She's like 20 feet tall.
Big girl. The Vegapunk of violence or wrath.
My man. She's 24 feet tall.
So she is as big as Kaido. Very good. She loves curry rice.
Based.
Very good choice of food.
Makes sense that the Avatar of Wrath would like spicy food too.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And now...
Also note that she doesn't make York eat all of her food for her.
That's an interesting point. Huh.
It's only like the guy Vegapunks that do that.
There's a joke there.
Guys don't eat?
I guess, which is a lie.
Women be eating?
Women steal your food, I guess, which is kind of true. I don't know. But next, there's the police sirens. Well, not yet. Not yet.
Wee woo. Wee woo.
She was going to be a lot older looking.
I like what we got.
Me too.
I like the one with the dress in the middle. That's cute.
Yeah,
the big hair.
Yeah, it's a cutie.
But I like what we got a lot more than any of this.
I like the big hair because it reminds me of Sandra Sonia, and that's about it.
I like the one on the right because the hair gives me like 1950s, like future mom energy.
Yeah.
Like that looks like a Jetsons character.
Very Judy Jetson, you are right.
Yeah. Not for Atlas, but
a character in the future, maybe.
That's what Stussy should have looked like.
Yeah, that would have been a better egghead outfit for her. Oh, we'll get to her. Mm-hmm. We'll get to her.
Stussy, aged physically too.
And well, bake them away, toys. Bake them away, toys. Vegapunk York, my favorite.
Age 16.
Age 16, brother. I gotta get rid of all them thumbnails. I am cooked. Oh Lord! I didn't know you. No, you know what? I'll hide behind official art. Official art. You can't fault me. I take no responsibility.
Favorite food: hamburger.
She's okay. So she's just American.
She truly is Frankie's foil.
Yeah, I hope that comes true because now she's with the world government. I hope Blackbeard captures her. I hope because he loves his 16-year-olds. He already has pudding,
and he loves his 12-year-olds. He almost had Bonnie.
Oh no! Oh,
he is not escaping the allegations.
Oh, that hurts the tummy. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Man. Not very Z-ha-ha. No. Oh, bruh. Man, not my go. Oh, we in the mud. Oh, we so in the mud. 482 centimeters tall. How big is that?
482. That's like 12 feet tall?
That's about right.
Oh, 16 feet tall. I was way off. She's big.
She's as big as she is old.
Mm.
Jesus. Okay. Oda, why
absolutely rip.
Why is she dressed like this? See, I take no responsibility because this is the craziest design.
This is Oda's fault.
This is Oda's fault. I thought she was 26. I thought she was 25 at least.
Honestly, like the way that she wears the hoodie, I could see it. It's the lower half that's unsettling.
Yeah, and then she's all caked up in the anime. What are you doing over there?
Oda, why was this the character that gave you the awakening?
Like, I thought she and Lilith were the same age. I thought she was just
kind of interesting that Oda decided to quote unquote cake them up in the arc where they're all children.
Oh,
quite interesting, Oda. Do you have anything you'd like to say about this?
I'm hollowing out. Oh Lord. I'm glad it's him and not me. Because I only make what's out there. I take no responsibility. Big coward energy. He was originally.
I don't make the news. I just report it.
Exactly.
Oh my God, her as the frog is so based.
I hope she eats a devil fruit. I hope she turns to a frog. She's, you know what? Make her a mythical frog, Zoan. Turn down for what? Do it.
Dude, the one on the right looks really on par with the age.
That's the one weird.
Yeah, the one with that sitting posture, that looks a lot younger.
I don't know what he was doing with this. I don't, because you're right.
Dude, all of these are so much better than what we got.
A little.
With the messy hair in the middle.
It makes more sense.
That smug frog-like grin at the top.
It makes more. And then she reads like frog now. Mm-hmm. Now the idea is put in my mind. It makes sense. I hope she becomes a frog.
Kind of weird that Oda's like 2 of them are going to be coded as animals. And then the rest of them aren't.
That's weird. That's so weird. Because then he actually pulled the trigger on one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can say on 2 because Edison's like a rabbit, kind of.
I guess, with the ears.
Yeah. Weird. And then he went with the 2 women as the ones who get to keep their bodies. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the 2 most human-looking ones, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for the Vegapunks. We escaped the allegations, boys. We're doing it. And we got a few more to go.
We're not escaping the allegations. We are actively fleeing them.
We're actively fleeing. I have left the country already.
Also, all of these questions that we just went through.
Yeah.
Not a single question about Hattori.
He's in this Vivicar pack.
Yeah, what's up with the bird? Does he have a devil fruit?
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll get to him in a second. Because
I know we introduced Hattori as like Lucci could do ventriloquism with the bird.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something with that bird, dude.
There's gotta be. Speaking of which, we're gonna skip Lucy because we already know all we need to know about him. He's the massacre weapon. He's from Winter Island.
Mm.
No, he's from Gonhao, which I think that's where you learned the 6 powers from.
Okay.
That island. His favorite type of island is a winter island during winter. Okay. His favorite flower is the sunflower. And
I like job if he wasn't an intelligence officer.
Pigeon breeder.
Which is very based and cool.
That's funny. He keeps birds. I like that. I like birds as well. I relate to you, Luke.
My man is farming his snacks.
Oh no! And he's a user of armament and observation. We knew all that. So, okay, moving on. Hattori. The sketches aren't interesting. We got what we got.
I mean, are any of them...
No.
Like... Yeah, not really.
I like the big hands one. These two in the center, kind of.
Yeah.
That was a little cool. But yeah, it is what it is. Hattori now. He's 20 years old.
The bird. How?
Pigeons can live up to 15 or older in captivity. I've heard the max is 30 because I did look this up. But that's interesting that he's given an age.
Dog, there is something about this bird.
And the fact that he has the mask is weird because the mask means something now.
I think it's really cute and funny. There's something about this bird, man.
It's weird. But yeah, and he's 25 centimeters tall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's bird shaped. Now, on to Stussy. Your boy was right. I called everything. All of you were wrong. It's about me. I got it all right. Me. Oh yeah, baby.
Is it mythical devil fruit?
No, I said no mythical devil fruit.
You said no devil fruit?
I said she would not have a mythical devil fruit. I said she would be a normal bat.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Oh, we're on the same page then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because like, I always thought, now where I was wrong personally was that I thought the devil fruit which it still may be that fruit, we don't know. There's a devil fruit shown in chapter 1072 that Caesar Clown is holding.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the bat fruit, but yeah, she has the bat fruit. It's just a normal bat fruit. No
so she doesn't have green blood or smile or anything. It's just the bat fruit.
Right. I thought it was going to be like an artificial devil fruit that was going to be a smile fruit. But no, it's just a legitimate bat fruit. So, right in it being a normal bat, wrong in the origin of the fruit. I'm still taking it. Because
she's Batman.
She's Batman. Because other YouTubers who we will not name here were all on the impression that she would be a actual vampire.
Mythical devil fruit, yeah.
But and then now I'll take another point for myself because I said she would be a vampire bat, like the actual animal. Which she kind of is. Because she literally bites people. And vampire bats are the ones who drink the blood. Mm. But yes. Watch those videos on the channel. Your boy was correct. Oh, yeah. So we get information about her. She is 36. Thank God.
Dude, that outfit is crazy.
The outfit's insane. But low-key the worst of the Vegapunk outfits, I gotta say. I'm usually like accused of being horny on the main, but I don't like this outfit. I think it's her worst one. I like her in the white better, to be honest.
I don't think that Stussy is the character that you should be like thirsting after in that way.
Yeah.
Stussy has always been like I said, 1950s Jetsons energy.
Yeah, true.
She's always supposed to be like a nuclear mom.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like a little bit more reserved.
Then again, what if that's where how you roll though? There are a lot of people who likes Dexter's mom. I
mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but dressing her up in a thirsty outfit doesn't fit the core of the character's design.
I agree. That I agree.
Like you can have a little bit of sex appeal there. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're into that, great. But that's not the character that you would want in this kind of outfit.
I would have expected her in like I guess that's just a style of egghead, but like something more conservative. So I agree with you. Because even like in her Aegis Zero outfit, the most sex appeal thing you get are the fishnets.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's nothing. So
they should have put her in a Hawaiian shirt and have her be really mad about it.
That'd be funny. Though we say this and she is like technically in that type of industry because she is the leader of the Pleasure District. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
then too, like she's a madam, so you still get like a power.
Yeah,
thing.
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, continue though. Yeah,
I like Stussy.
Me too. And she's born
a cool character.
She was born on the Mads lab ship.
Yeah.
So the ship that we see Dufeld promoting at one time, she was born on that ship. I did not know that.
Her favorite food is apple pie.
Same as Vegapunk. Oh, she loves her pie. That's nice.
It's crazy just how many like American staple foods Vegapunk loves.
Yeah. Her hobby is collecting cosmetics, which is very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because she actually uses a cosmetic as a weapon.
Yeah.
Her
with
motif,
the lipstick.
Yeah. Which contains sea stone cough.
How did she put that on? I'm still waiting for the answer, Oda.
Yeah. Her animal motif is the bat, and she has armament and observation hockey. Now, why is the bat fruit a problem? Well, one of two ways. One, we can cope and say that of the 5 flying devil fruits, the float fruit is now not included.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could do the funny thing and say, Oda forgot, and now there are 6 flying devil fruits because you have horse, bird, bug.
Let's not be hasty now.
Okay.
I mean, she has a animal that can fly, yes. But did we ever see Stussy fly?
No. Well, using the 6 powers, but not her wings. True.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I mean, we also have the albatross fruit.
True. I mean, that's a bird.
That famously can't fly.
So, I mean, well, there's a bit of red tape with that. Depending on how he organizes things, because, okay, how can I go into the explanation, or should we just move on?
Go nuts.
Okay, so in the way of how I think he's presenting this based on how Stolen fruits are categorized, you have the animal first and then the model. So the model doesn't matter. The animal in front matters. That's how you get all these like weird situational things, right? Like Luffy, right? How he doesn't transform because he's a human. So in that way, the 5 flying fruits would be any fruit family that has a flying member in it. So bird, we have Pell's fruit. Bug, we have like the rhinoceros beetle fruit and the hornet fruit. Horse, we have the Pegasus fruit. Not fish, dragon, because we have King's fruit.
King has a fruit?
Yeah, Albert. He turns to Petrosaurus.
Right, right. Doy. Wow, I completely forgot about Wano.
No, it's fine.
I was like, hold on.
Let's see. I'm forgetting one. Dragon, not fish. Horse, bug. Bird, horse, bug. Forgetting one. Oh, right. No, wait. Dang it, I'm forgetting one.
The new bat one?
There's the new bat one. And then there was a 5th one. Oh my god, this is embarrassing.
For a flying devil fruit, that's an animal.
So flying animals. We have the horse, we have the bird, we have the bug, we have the dragon, the dinosaurs. And then we had... Oh my god.
I'm trying to think.
in terms of mythicals, none of
The
them
phoenix?
That's a bird.
Yeah.
That's a bird. None of the humans can fly. None of the dogs fly. None of the cats fly. The fish doesn't really have a flying I mean, it can fly, but it's not naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Man, are we on task then? Because then we have the bat.
And then we have like Shiki's fruit and stuff.
Right, I think Shiki was the fifth one. So it's weird now because, like, I apologize for that long pause, but like, it's as if now are we going to say because Shiki's like a special type because he's a paramedic, is he out? Even though he has a flying power, would he technically be out because that's not like really like a power that naturally grants flight, even though it does? If we're considering the bat to be one, which it most likely is. So it either is or it isn't, though, based on Oda's statement in the last SBS saying is how he does like to give characters flying abilities, it could be included as one of those.
Well, the ability to fly inherently completely ruins the One Piece world.
True.
As a place that you're supposed to navigate via sail.
Right.
If you can fly, like, being able to fly is supposed to be a huge deal. That's why the only flying ship in the series belongs to Morgan.
Right. Well, and NL, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I guess that does count. But those are both, like, really big deals.
Yeah, and they're very, like, very far in between from one another.
Yeah, and then Pluton and Uranus will probably be flying as well. But those are, like, ancient weapons. It makes sense that they'd be able to fly.
Yeah, and then, like, even, like, when you go to Egghead, the Vega Force 1 can only fly within the vicinity of Egghead. So, like, flying is treated very preciously. So, like, with Shiki, if we take Pale's statement as fact, okay.
I just went to the One Piece wiki and they said that Monet was one of the 5 flying devil fruits.
No, they don't. It says that in the trivia section for Monet, for real.
No, I just went to the wiki. Someone's like dropping a thread about the 5 flying devil fruits. And the first one that they mentioned is Monet with the snow stuff.
You know what? Illiterate. Just illiterate. Just don't. That's too harsh. But at the same time, you can just read the manga.
Yeah.
Because it's obvious. Okay. I'm not moving on.
It's just that flying itself, a lot of characters can fly by using their devil fruits.
Yeah.
In weird and unique ways, but there's only certain devil fruits that give you the innate ability to fly.
Right. That's why I'm on the fence about Shiki, because technically that's true, but it may be like weirdly treated because it's levitation.
Yeah.
Even though he literally flies, but it may not be considered flight technically. He might.
Plus, we don't know about Lafitte either.
He might be a bird.
Yeah.
He might be. Look, that's a good question, though. He might be like a dove.
But Pel's also a bird, so it's like...
No, that's what I'm saying.
Are there 5 bird devil fruits?
No. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, the type matters, not the model. Mm-hmm. So if they have... So you technically put all the birds into one category. They all count as one. I'm just saying...
I think that is a pretty big stretch to try to think of it that way.
And only reason why I say that is because of the way devil fruits are named initially, especially with Zoans. Seeing as how Zoans are given such particular names, you could put it in a way as saying like all the birds counts as one because most birds can fly. There are only a few that can't. But,
and honestly, we could probably assume that Stussy can fly.
Yeah.
Because the smile version of her fruit can fly.
Right, where you literally have Batman.
Yeah.
Who can fly. And all bats can fly. Both fruit bats, flying foxes, which are just big fruit bats, and then vampire bats, which she most likely is, based on her, like, literally biting people. She can fly. So,
I mean, theoretically, every single Logia can fly.
Yeah.
For the most part. If Smoker becomes Smoke, he could fly.
Yeah, but, like, that's a caveat. it gets really specific and weird. That's why I'm like,
I think that the quote of the 5 flying devil fruits is not something we should take seriously anymore, because obviously Oda's scope has gone way beyond what he thought it was going to be when he was still doing Alabasta 20 years ago.
It's in question, especially seeing us out now. Like, I don't know where to put Shiki.
Yeah.
And you can't say Shiki's not canon. He's very canon. So it's like, and then his whole power is about levitating and flying. So he's called the Flying Pirate. So I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of.
I think that there probably would have been 5 flying devil fruits, and like when there's probably 5 when Oda first penned the story.
Yeah.
When he had the idea that this thing was going to take up to like 5 years to make.
Right.
Like, he was going to introduce Kaido as the 5th flying devil fruit user, and it was going to be crazy.
I could see that, yeah.
And then he kept writing, and then the series went on for 30 years longer than he thought it would.
Yeah. And it's crazy that her animal... You know what's interesting too? That her animal motif is a bat, and I think her mask is supposed to be like that the flying fox bat I mentioned.
Yeah,
because the flying foxes have more of like a dog-faced skull.
Yeah,
they're like, say, a vampire bat. One thing that I've talked about in videos before is that there's a possibility that she could be the bat that gives the warlords their invitations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see that happening. Because that, too, is a vampire bat, specifically, because it has a little big nose.
I mean, maybe. She's technically working with them under Vegapunk.
Yeah, so
the warlords are abolished, so we don't need them anymore.
Yeah. I really want to see what she looks like in the future, and I hope we get more of her. I've had more outrageous takes about her, because I think she's the most interesting character that we get on Egghead.
Her backstory is so overloaded.
Yeah, there's a lot.
At least she's not a mythical Zoan on top of everything.
Yeah. So I also liken her to kind of like what we got with Robin and Frankie. Simply because it's so weird to have her be such a constant presence in Kuma's backstory. And now Bonnie knows about her. So I'm very much interested in where she would go from here. And seeing as how, I mean, she's 36. So I wonder, can she age? I have takes about her. I really do. Because I don't know. It's just interesting how she is treated. I wonder, can she actually age? Or is she 36 forever? Because I could see her not changing. And I think there's a possibility that there could be more backstory for her in the... Also, her being a bat is so interesting. And I do hope we see more of her. I've done videos about her possibly joining, actually. Because there's so much, and she gets so many accolades that characters just don't get in the story. Which reminds me of what we got with like Frankie, with him being the first cyborg. And much like Frankie, she's treated in a way of which, like, she's the first, but she's not the most advanced, or she's not the greatest variant of the subtype. She's only the starter variant of what we would soon get, because while she is the first clone in One Piece history, she, like Frankie, by far is not the most advanced or the most interesting clone. But it's interesting, like Frankie, that she is introduced as the first, which could be a leap in logic, which is fair. But I just think there's more to her to give her that title of being first. Also, there's this whole bit, which I've also made videos about, in which it's interesting how she is the only character that we know of who's a free character moving around, who is greatly affiliated with the underworld. The underworld is a thing that has been at least been around since Alabasta, with Crocodile supposedly buying silver to make the dance powder for his whole utopia plan. So she is a part of this big underground network that we know little about. So if we ever get into that, which I can't imagine that we won't, I think she's going to be our entryway into that. Much like how Frankie was our entryway into the cybernetics and the advanced technology that would soon be in One Piece, and how Robin was our introductory character into poneglyphs and the importance of poneglyphs, and how valuable it is to have someone being able to read poneglyphs on your crew. I'm saying that to say she has the same accolades that other main characters have had in the past. Whether this matters or not is yet to be seen. It would be also kind of interesting to have someone who has the innate ability of flight as opposed to someone using like the 6 powers and whatnot. Also, what's coming out tomorrow or whenever this is being recorded, I'm trying to get this out as soon as possible, but there is going to be a video soon about how I think it is weird that despite Sanji being the kicking character, and this could go nowhere. It's fair. It doesn't have to go anywhere. But it's funny how he never uses Tempest Kick. I find that interesting. Simply because Tempest Kick, from how it's being treated, at least from what I'm seeing, Tempest Kick and Finger Pistol seem to be in a very particular way because only characters like associated with Cypher Pole or the Marines seem to be able to pick that up, whereas everybody with super strength seems to have abilities that either are or are adjacent to Geppo, Moonwalk, and Soru Shave, and even Luffy using I guess Gear Second and Gear 4 Snake Man is using Razor. So I don't know, but I'm very interested in Stussy.
She's certainly unknowable in a way.
I went off on another tangent, but I went on. I'll just say this, and I don't know if this is going to go anywhere, but I'll tell you now. I find it interesting that she's given so much detail as a character, and she, to me at least, is treated in a similar way like Frankie and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is, Robin was our gateway into poneglyphs and the history of the One Piece world actually mattering. And then Frankie was our introductory course to cybernetics and how far technology can go. But both of them are simply the introductory course. They're not like the final line of things. And Stussy is treated in the same way as she's the first clone in human history, but she's certainly not the most advanced clone. That's left with the Seraphim. So how she's treated is interesting. It's also very funny. And I don't know if this is being left for someone like her to be a main character, but I find it very interesting that despite Sanji fighting many a person who has used the 6 powers, he cannot use Tempest Kick, despite being the kicking character. So maybe that is left open for someone like her to join because it will make her moves them more unique, though we shall see. It's also funny that in the anime, and I covered this in that bad video, she has a particular sight power you can see in infrared.
Yeah.
She sees.
It's also interesting that Sanji can't use Tempest Kick because Zoro can effectively do the same thing with Sword.
See, that's what's weird about it, because not only that, Zoro got a whole mini arc about that.
Yeah.
That was like a whole subsection in
That was
Skypiea.
like Zoro's entire presence of Skypiea is learning how to do that.
And he gets 2 versions, like a smaller version against the gun guy and a larger version against Ohm. So yeah. And it's weird that just seems to be a thing people who use weapons can do when they have us.
Yeah, because Mihawk does that stuff too.
Mihawk does it. Yamato does it. Kaido does it. Big Mom does it. If you have a weapon, you can do it.
Dory and Bragi do it.
They're the first ones to do it.
Supremacy.
They do it against the Island Eater, the big goldfish. Yeah, so it's weird that despite all of it, and it's weird too, because this is coming out tomorrow, but it's weird how Finger Pistol and Tempest Kick, very specifically, are treated so preciously. Because in the fight against Nero, the Weasel guy from the CP9, that was bad, and Frankie, he admits that he hasn't mastered Finger Pistol, but he can only use the basic version of Tempest Kick. So it's weird that these are just so precious and guarded, whereas things like Soru and Moonwalk or Shaven Moonwalk can be used by anybody with super speed.
Yeah.
Because Sanji
it's because those powers are really cool.
Yeah.
And Finger Pistol is not cool unless it's mastered and used in a specific way.
Yeah.
Which means that the Marines wouldn't actively go out to try to learn those off the rip.
Yeah.
As often. Because let's be honest, you're introduced to Roku Shiki, the 6 path techniques, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can do stuff like sway in the wind. Or you could like move at super speed. You can fly, or you can poke a guy real hard.
Right.
You're gonna be like, I want to fly.
And I mean, I guess,
and that just requires you to train your legs, so you get both of those at one special. It's sick.
And 2, I guess both of those are more valuable than the others, just based on, I guess, common sense practices, because you do want to move out of the way of an opponent, especially if they have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. So yeah, that was my TED Talk about Stussy. Moving on. We're almost done here. This is a long one. We covered a lot today.
Yeah.
But we're finishing up here. Okay, so
Monster Hunter is calling me.
I know. I'll make 2 more characters to go. Okay, we have Senamaru.
I don't think we'll be talking about Senamaru quite as long as we were talking about Stussy.
No. His cross skill bounty is 500 million.
Makes sense.
He's from Mount Kentucky. That's interesting. He's big. He's 279 centimeters, like I think the same as Atlas. And he is good at armored hockey and observation, which we know with him having the greatest defense of the world, he does have armored hockey. One of our first practitioners of armored hockey.
Yeah.
And Ryuo, it seemed, because he had the outward push thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. But moving on. Kuma.
Not much defense. My man.
Not much about Kuma.
Kuma is so precious in color.
Yes, he is. Precious baby boy. Funny things about him. His animal motif is the bear. The same as Jinbei, which is wild.
What?
Yeah. Jinbei's animal motif
How
is the
great...
bear.
I was saying what to Kuma, but how great would it be if his motif was the whale shark?
Fantastic. I like that idea.
Yeah, I always forget just how big Kuma is.
689 centimeters.
My man is as big as Moria. Yeah, I always forget that.
Moria's like an inch taller. Like an inch.
Oh no. He's got the same hobby as Yamato.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Oh dear.
Yes, sir.
Oh dear.
Rubbing my hands together. Also, happy birthday, Yamato. Her birthday is November 3rd.
Ah.
Oh, I'm going to be busy. No sleep for me. Oh. Oh, Lord. And I just had the busiest month of my life. Anyway, he's from the South Blue Sorbet Kingdom. We know all that. He has a hobby of traveling, fantasizing, and writing letters. He hates.
I love how they made his favorite food honey and salmon.
Cause bear.
Very
good. But remember, the paw fruit is associated with cats, because cats love honey.
Mm-hmm.
They love it.
Of course.
I found a cat and a big flop of honey the other day. Oh, I hate people. Anyway, the fruit is obviously associated with cats. There's a character called S Bear that has. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
There is no other animal on the planet that has paws. Come on.
Moving on to his wife, Guinea. She's beautiful.
Guinea gets a fruit.
Yeah.
Not a fruit, but a Viva card.
Yeah. Her eyes are blue, which is yes. So, just from her design here, it's funny that she has striped pants because that's what Bonnie would eventually wear. And she knows that off of instinct. She just happens to be wearing striped pants. I've always made fun of the fact that she has sister on her tank top and she's dressed in a tank top and booty shorts. because she was serving as the sister, you could say, of Kuma's church, because he was a pastor of a church in the Sorbet Kingdom. Going off of that, I called that he was a pastor before this was official, because I said it ashore that it was very interesting that it seemed as though he was a Van Helsing type character or a pastor of sorts visiting Thriller Bark, because he meets with a vampire, which Moria is very vampire-like. And it's funny, too, thinking about it now, that both the vampire-esque characters are associated with bats, because Moria looks like a vampire, but he's not, but he turns his shadow into a flock of bats. And then Stussy, who most likely is a vampire bat, even though her fruit is called the bat fruit, she turns into a bat, and she has drunk blood from people before. And I love that she's not a mythical fruit. Oh my God, I was so right. I am euphoric thinking that. But yeah, it's funny that Kuma does act as a pastor, and he does both perform an exorcism because he exorcises Luffy's pain from him, like he does with the various old people on the Sorbet Kingdom. And he does give someone a baptism of pain, as he presents the bubble before Zoro and says, "Okay, boy, test your loyalty before me." And yeah, he gives Zoro that baptism.
Which is interesting, because he's basically gone through that himself.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And it is pretty much specifically what has strengthened his own faith.
Exactly.
And there's so many characters in like fiction and so many religions in our world that are built around the idea of like self-flagellation, pain to bring yourself closer to God, stuff like that. And so it's interesting that Kuma is specifically that motif.
And it's also funny when you think about like how Catholicism confronts Buddhism/Hinduism, because that's what Thor represents in most of his attacks. So yeah, he had a Buddhism, Hinduism themed character had to participate, presumably, in a Catholic ritual. So that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moria, too, is also dawn and crucifixes. But about Guinea. Guinea is a Revolutionary Army member, and she is the commander of or former commander of the Eastern section.
We already knew that, right?
Yeah, we knew that. Her blood type is F. She's 39.
Well, she would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. She has a 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah. And her favorite fruit is meat on the bone, and her bounty would be 190 million.
Nice.
Which is 50 million lower than her daughter's bounty as a pirate, which is 140 million.
I'm trying to think. So she's how old right now? 39? Oh, 39 at the time of death.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's 39 at the time of death.
She held out for Kuma for 2 decades?
Which is crazy. Because both of them are
even longer. Oh my God.
Both of them are too attractive to have not tied.
She was telling this man to marry her for 2.5 decades.
Oh, man.
What are you doing, Kuma?
Oh, and she's from somewhere called the Porco Kingdom, which I assume is a pork joke.
Yeah.
Which is funny given that she has pink hair and mom has pink hair and is often related to it or seen as a pig. So I don't know what that means. But yeah, talk about that another time. There was a little bit of information about her being the 8th consort of a celestial dragon. I don't know what that information is, but that was also brought up. So I'll just say it here.
8th consort of a celestial dragon?
Yeah, so the 8th wife.
Of just some random guy.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hani, not much. She's 76. From the Sorbet Kingdom. She likes
rather based.
Yeah. She likes strawberry sorbet because of course she does. It's because it's pink. And she likes that when she's not eating pizza. And now we get to the Seraphim, the interesting part. They all have hockey.
Oh.
All of them. I'll just cut right to the chase. All of them have hockey.
They
every single last one.
They all got genetic hockey.
Every last one. Armament and observation. Now, the two Well, the one here that's supposed to have like conquerors because of Hancock, because she said Snake. We don't know that yet, and they're all physically 8 years old, but they're 2 years old. Like, you know,
yeah.
They all have the S blood type, like the satellites, which is interesting. All their favorite foods and stuff are the same as their originals. The only difference is that S Hawk likes grape juice because he's too young to drink wine.
That's cute.
Yeah. So yes, S Bear, S Hawk, S Snake, and S Shark all have observation and armored hockey, which means that not only has Vegapunk cloned the body, he has cloned the will, which makes the Jinbei thing that I alluded to earlier even worse, because not only does he have your form and your fighting style, but he has your will. Jinbei, you are a fraud.
Bro. Doflamingo.
That's another one.
Known Conqueror's user.
We are going to see, because him and S Snake are the interesting ones, because they're the only ones confirmed to have conquerors out of the warlords, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So we're going to see, especially
if you gave him the string fruit, would he have that awakened already?
That's a good question.
If you can clone hockey, I guess you could probably clone whatever it takes to awaken.
Or seeing as how they are often, well, yeah, they all have the epithet strongest form of humanity. So maybe if they aren't awakened, their road to awakening would be like the 10th of the length that it took the originals to get to. Because they already are starting at such a high basis.
They are all already the ultimate life form.
Very cell-pilled. And then we skip up to Monkey D. Garp, who's one of the final ones. We're rounding out here. His justice is my justice, which is sick.
Mine.
His bounty, of course, 3 million, and he is one of 2 Marine characters to have all 3 types of hockey.
Awesome.
The other being Sengoku. And we know, he's from the Goa Kingdom, etc., etc. All his ammo motifs.
Wait, so the admirals don't have all 3?
No. None of them do.
Red Dog does not have Conqueror's hockey.
No, he's a dog.
Huh.
He is a slave to his master.
I suppose that's fair.
Whereas Garp is a wild hog, and his animal motif is a Saint Bernard, which makes sense because of the doghood.
Yeah.
Good boy right there. Anyway. Okay, right. Covered S Bear. S Bear also has armament and observation, which is wild. Obi, not much to say here. Armament, observation.
Makes sense.
Red flower, okay. Yep. Him. Helmep only has armament.
I like the hyena. That's funny.
That is funny. But that's a dog.
It's like a dog.
And yeah, his bounty be 100 million. He likes sweet onigiri, which is funny. Because he stepped on the little girl's rice balls that had sugar in them. Or salt.
Yeah.
I forgot that one, but yeah.
It was sugar.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because you're supposed to put salt. Salt.
Okay, that's the pun. That's a good pun. Yep. Good for him. And then Hibari. 200 million. Has both observation and armored hockey. Personal observation, but her ocean of origin and blood type are the same as Sakazuki's. So like I said before,
interesting.
Yeah, she's related to Sakazuki, most likely.
Yeah.
So, yep, Kobe is most likely begging the boss's daughter. Very cool. Way to get ahead, Kobe. Kobe knows. Kobe knows how to get ahead as a Marine.
That's one way to rise through the ranks. Work smarter. Punch his shoulder.
I'm going to be an admiral one way or another. Oh my god. Okay, Kujaku. Arm and observation has the whip fruit, which is a very interesting fruit. And it's from the North Blue. September 18th is her birthday. And she is a rear admiral, like Groose.
Whoa.
And actually rounding out, I hope. Okay, so Sakazuki, not Sakazuki.
Borsalino. My man.
Kizaru. Ambiguous justice. So unclear justice. Of course, his bounty is 3 billion. He only has armament and observation hockey. Doesn't have conquerors. Of course, it's the fruit.
See, him I could see not having conqueror.
Yeah, because he's not a conqueror.
But Sakazuki and Kuzan probably do.
Hey, that they're confirmed not to here. I thought Mihawk would have it too, but Mihawk doesn't care about being a conqueror. Fair. Mihawk simply is, and like we mentioned earlier, he loves miso ramen, choco ginger, bananas, but he does like lemons, and he likes bananas, of course, because he's a monkey.
Because he's a monkey.
But yeah, he's 58. Wow. Borsellino and Sakazuki joined the Marines at the same time. They were called the Monster Rookies.
That's cute.
So
did Borsellino always have the fruit?
It seems so, because even from his earliest days with Vegapunk, he had the Glint Glint fruit.
Yeah.
But we don't know about Sakazuki, though. So, what's weird now is with Prince Groose, we know his fruit is the Gloop Gloop fruit, or the Glorp Glorp fruit, also known as the Gunyo Gunyo no Mi. And I wonder if it's considered a special paramecia. We know it's a paramecia, but I did a video about this. I did not include him because his fruit type still has not been confirmed. But based on the showings and how it's used, it's most likely a paramecia type Devil fruit. But seeing as how he generates stuff, I'm under the impression that most people who generate substances that have paramecia fruits are probably the same as Katakuri. Because it's weird that there are so few of them, and yet they all have roughly the same abilities. The thing that's supposed to separate Katakuri is that he's supposed to be Mochi, even though I don't know how true that is, because I don't think that's ever officially stated. And the reason why that gives me pause is because that could be just an advanced variant of what other characters have done in the past. For example, what's it, Treble with the Beta Beta no Mi, or the sticky fruit, also appear to have a Logia fruit, or have his fruit mistaken for a Logia fruit like Katakuri's, because he was wearing his generated substance all the time and made it look like his natural body. So likely Katakuri's just doing a more advanced variant of that, because we also know too that unlike Treble, Katakuri could also store things within his mochi. So if he could store a spear longer than his arm within his arm, it's not out of the question that he could store his entire real body within this body of mochi. At least I don't think so. I don't think it's ridiculous. And then it will make sense too that when he is actually hit by a hockey attack, that it goes through. Because I could see it going through the armor. Or striking his real body within the armor, like it would bypass a Logia fruit's defenses. So, what's interesting too is that the majority of these guys who generate substances all either generate constructs or clones. Like a lot of them. Like, for example, Cracker, that's his base set. That's what he does all the time. But Prince Groose seems to be a specialist in generating constructs, because the constructs are way smarter than Cracker's biscuit soldiers, as they can use firearms and take orders and such. And they seem to have little like sparks of personality, which is weird. So his paramecia fruit could be the most advanced variation of making clones that aren't just puppets. Kind of close to what the Soul fruit does, but vastly inferior. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, and like a lot of people who make constructs too, he also can create weapons, because we see Prince Groose use a Morning Star, presumably made out of his clay, like how Mr. 3 made a full sword. Well, more like a dagger. But a dagger made out of wax to stab Rocky in the hand back on Little Garden. So, yeah, a lot of them can use weaponry. He has observation and arm and hockey. And it's weird that no one uses conquerors but Sengoku are. I wonder and we don't have a type of justice for these four guys either. So I wonder if they develop a type of justice, will they be better than the admiral characters that preceded them and the conquerors? Because it's certainly the sword characters, like minus X Drake, really, who are being given the spotlight a lot of the time. I wonder how that's going to go. I'm very interested. I'm wondering how these things are going to be done and I do hope we get a confirmation on all those fruits I made in that video. I hope they all are special paramecia fruits, because I think that's a connection no one but me has made. I have not seen anyone, and that's not me being arrogant, I just haven't seen anyone else make that comparison before. There's a very distinct difference between all those fruits and say, like, or what have you. So I'm wondering what causes or what could be the result of that being confirmed. Because it's likely too that perhaps in the future we'll see maybe Groose awaken. And that's another interesting point that I just wanted to bring up. I do wonder what's the purpose of giving, say, Katakuri and Doflamingo very similar awaken ability. Because it's only them so far that have the same kind of awakening. And I think that was done on purpose. And we see it again, when we see slides of them again during the cattle fight. I think when we see Gear 5, if I recall. So it's very interesting that both of them, despite supposedly being different, even though I don't think they're different at all, are given the same type of awakening. I think that was done intentionally, because otherwise it doesn't make too much sense. Because then in Wano, we see two other paramecias awaken that have nothing to do or have no powers in common with Katakuri and Doflamingo. And their awakenings are not only different from them, they are different from one another. Because Law's awakening is just him displacing what he generates normally in other locations. So instead of the room being generated from his center of gravity on his body, it is generated from, say, his sword or his hand and then put on his sword, or he can just will it to be in another location, which is interesting within itself. Then his is just making what usually can't be magnetizable, or magnetic, I should say, which in itself is interesting. And these two are totally independent of each other, because Law's ability, his awakened ability, doesn't really have anything to do with changing your environment, because he's not really changing his environment. He's changing where he can spawn his room, or making his room applicable to objects like his sword. But he's not changing his environment. And then with Kid's is the closest to that description. However, it can be applicable to anything. He can magnetize anything. That's not really changing your environment. That just makes your environment manipulatable by you. It's not as extreme as Katakuri and Doflamingo, who literally transmogrify their surroundings into what they generate. You know, that just seems way more extreme than what Kid and Law are doing. And then, to be fair, we haven't seen any other awakenings in the camp, so we'll have to see where that leads. I'm on the idea, especially looking at like Magellan back in Impel Down, it's likely that Venom Demon was an awakening, because he kept talking about how he could turn the entire prison into Venom. So Venom Demon could be an aspect of his awakening. Seeing as how Venom Demon could do what Magellan's Venom could not do normally, which was poison weapons or just objects. So, because that's such an obvious extent of his abilities, that's so odd and uncharacteristic of what he can do normally, I would consider that a possible awakening. Now, as far as Moria goes, no, I don't think we've ever seen Moria awaken. I think Shadow's Asgard is just him doing what Luffy did. It's just absorbing the strength of the shadows that you have extracted. I wouldn't consider that an awakening, you know? But Bruce very well could be a special paramecia like Katakuri and presumably all those characters that I talked about in that video. Though we have to wait and see, but the similarities cannot be denied. I think that's very intentional.
I think Bruce is a lot more built like a very strong paramecia.
Yeah.
Similar to that of like Magellan.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like
rather than a special paramecia where really body is made of the stuff. But technically your body is always made of the stuff, but you also produce it. It's weird.
Because like the funny thing about Magellan too is that Magellan is treated in a very similar way to Katakuri. Because when he used his abilities, he had a cloak of venom on all the time.
Yeah, but he wasn't like literally turning into the venom.
And that's
like you couldn't punch him and then he would turn into the venom and hole in him.
See, that's where I'm wondering if Katakuri really could turn into Mochi. Like we see it. But the reason why I'm giving pause on this, and I've been going off on this for a while, the reason why it's weird is because you have characters like Treble, who appear to be made of the mucus, but they're actually wearing an armor of their generated substance they've made to look like their body. You kind of get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that could be the same for Katakuri. It also is suggesting that the Mochi has infinite space, or a lot of space, because you remember his spear? He pulls it out of his arm.
True.
And his spear is longer than his arm.
Well, you see, it's because he also has the awakening Nika and has hammer space.
But, I mean, seriously, hammer space could be an ability of all of them. It could.
Is his nonsense like a Meito grade sword?
I think it is. I think it's treated because it's named.
Yeah.
And it's not just swords. It's like, because Whitebeard's Basento is considered like a Meito grade thing, I think.
Because I always considered it like something similar to like Cracker's Cracker Med, right? Where he could create this thing out of Mochi, but just make it really strong. Yeah, no, it's a real weapon. Because Cracker's sword is actually real too. Not the sword that the Biscuit Soldier use, but Pretzel is a real sword, and it is also a Meito grade. Yeah. But with Groose, apparently he was going to have a fruit called the Shuku no Mi, which is a cut fruit. Did we already have the cut fruit? Kinda. It's the dice fruit, which is... Oh... And then we had that one filler guy who had the long nails. I think he had the sickle fruit, which sounds like the cut fruit. Okay. I don't know. But they went with the golem fruit for some reason. Yeah, so he has the glorp fruit, which is still not typed yet. So good. It's one of the best. It's so good. I love Groose. His fruit rules. I hope we see more of Groose in the future. And like I was talking about, I hope these future Marine characters all get conquerors, because they're all such good characters. I hope they do. But moving on. I talked about Groose a lot. Or unless you want to say something about Groose. My apologies. I like Groose. Moving on. Okay, he likes potatoes. Groose also likes potatoes, I forgot to mention. Another American staple. Yeah. Blackbeard, I mean, what's there to say? He doesn't have conquerors. Which so far that we know of. So far, he does not have conquerors. Hey, take that for what you will. I don't know, bruh. That's weird. But yeah, he still only has 2 devil fruits. He would be an archaeologist if he wasn't a pirate, which is interesting. And then his flower motif is the red spider lily, which is the symbol of death in Japan.
So yeah. And is it the last? I mean, Kuzan, he has arm and observation.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want me to say? Oh, he's from the Vespa Kingdom originally.
Which is where?
Which is in the South Blue, which I think is a pun on the bike, the moped.
I mean, he was introduced riding a bike.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking. Like, yeah,
maybe. He does enjoy an afternoon nap and a relaxing bike.
Yes.
What a goated character.
He's so good. Never falters either. Does not falter. I could see him getting conquered because of his whole thing with Blackbeard wanting to be free and like fighting his own justice and the freedom of being a pirate. I could see it, but I don't know. We'll have to see. And
I need to know what Kuzan's original blend of coffee is.
Oh, yeah, right. What is that? I wonder. Kuzan original blend.
I need Kuzan's iced coffee.
Oh, that'd be base. Oh, I bet it tastes great. That's a marketing thing right there, bro. Kuzan coffee, yes, please. Mm-hmm. Also, his bounty is being discussed by Marine HQ, which is probably gonna be like $3 billion.
Probably.
Which
he's an admiral.
Yeah, he'll probably just have the.
If he's an admiral, he's probably gonna have the same bounty as Borsalina.
Yeah, like he'll probably just inherit the Cross Guild bounty as a pirate.
Although it'd be really, really funny if he got a higher bounty than Blackbeard.
Yeah, he'll be the Mihawk of the Blackbeard pirates. Because Mihawk's the only one to serve under a Yonko but have a higher bounty than a Yonko.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Recent life? Okay, so he sees...
Payback War? Yeah.
Yeah, Payback War and defeats Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah. All this, okay. What's the last parts? Oh.
We'll be here for a while.
No, we know all that information. We know all the bounty information about that. We went over that. Oh, and here we have the last little miscellaneous things, and then we're done. So, Who's Who was courting Gathena. Gathena is the woman that Jabbar had the hots for, but just like Lucy, because he is handsome.
Cool.
That's it. We have Robin's cousin, who is the daughter of Olivia's younger brother, who did not like her basically because she is cute and she is not.
Rib.
We know. Okay, Vegapunk's favorite food is apple pie, coffee, and macaroni, spaghetti. And he has
interesting.
He's 65.
The apple pie is funny because of his head.
It's very funny. He's 65. He's the man with the biggest brain in the world, obviously. A birthday, October 9th. Happy birthday, you disgusting pervert. And
I don't have the problem. No. You do.
Yeah, no, I blame it on the man who made the thing. I am the observer. I am not the artisan. And he has the know me, which is the funniest pun.
Yeah.
Okay, and now getting back to miscellaneous characters. Okay, these guys don't matter. They're just the scholars from O'Hara. Whatever. We get the Germ pirates who appear in the what do you call it? The what's the tank guy?
The tank guy.
He's a gangster guy.
Oh!
Capone. Beige
Capone. My brain was like, Gangster Gastino! I was like, that ain't it.
We get the Germ pirates, all named. The big guy in the back is a scientist who is perfecting the Kiss Kiss germ. We don't know if that's a dough fruit. But yeah, they're all named. I don't care about their names, but we got them. The girl in the back is cute. So moving on. Yes. And oh, right. Miss Monday and Mr. Nine's baby is named Nan Day, which translates to what day is it?
Awesome.
And that's it, basically. Oh, Tube names.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
What day? Because Nanda is what?
Yeah. Nanda.
Well, technically Nani, but Nanda is asking the question.
Exactly. We get a bunch of random characters.
So Nande is very funny.
It is. Lastly, we get some random characters that I just want to talk about real quick. We get Mjolnir's father, finally.
Awesome.
His name is Saint Don Quixote Silvicero. I can't pronounce this.
Let me say.
Silvicario.
Yeah. Siva
Solero, thank you. Koala's mother's name is Mutti, who ratted out Fisher Tiger for touching her precious daughter with his dirty fish hands. Jabbar's chicken is named Suzumi. And we have a random EP9 agent who was at Buster Call, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce. And lastly, we have
Oda naming a random chicken who was in Annie's lobby is very funny.
It's quite good. Lastly, the two characters I just want to talk about are Lerona Tapaka, who is Kawamatsu's mother.
Okay.
And she is a green wraith fish maid that is they're called fish maids. Female fishmen are called fish maids. Okay.
So she was also a fishman, but she also pretended to be a yokai.
Yes. And
that's cute.
She crash landed in Wano, leading to her death.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah. And
Kawamatsu is a goat.
He's a great character. And
holy smokes. This is how his story starts?
Yeah. That's how his story starts. And this is specifically only for me because I've talked about him specifically one time. The giant who may be an ancient giant who appears in Odin's flashback. His name is Yuruban-san. A giant.
Yuruban-san. Whoa.
Yes. Yuruban-san. A giant from Odin's flashback that had been protecting a treasure on a certain island for decades. Since Whitebeard wasn't interested in the treasure after fighting, they hit it off and drank together.
My man was hanging out with Gaimon.
Yes.
It's all connected, boys.
Basically. And the reason why I say he may be an ancient giant, because he does have horns and he is carrying a spike club, but that just seems to be a giant weapon anyway.
Yeah.
So with that has been episode 49 of the Rose Skull podcast.
Oh, God, this wasn't even episode 50?
No.
And we were at it for 3.5 hours?
Yes.
This is a break week, Polly.
I know. I drug you out here for nonsense. With that, please follow. Oh my God. Oh my. No, come on.
The Rose Skull podcast on YouTube and Polypede Works on the Twitch.tv. And if you head on to the TikTok, also there, as well as Pinball PA Zakk.
Yes, follow Pinball PA Zakk on that TikTok.
Or it might be at Pinball PA Official. One of those two.
My bruh is the arcade video game historian. He's great.
I do my best.
Absolutely magnificent. You're doing what G4 could not, because they're too, and that's why they die twice, because they're terrible. Thank you for bringing cool arcade content to the masses. They need to know. They need to know about pinball. Pinball's important. Anyway,
I've been working on learning how to edit things and getting a little bit too cheeky. So
I like it though.
Stop by. Stop by if you want funny 2004, I guess, video game AMVs.
Good. That's when they were good. They're not called edits. They're called AMVs. Learn your history, children. But yes, Polypede Works on YouTube and TikTok, and also Reddit Sephiroth on YouTube. Mm-hmm. He's got content there. Follow him. You may find a cheeky pinball video over there sometimes. Who knows? Woo!
I don't post a lot on YouTube, but when I do, it's guaranteed banger.
Exactly. And with that, the bar is open, but it's closed because it's the holiday. Don't come in.
Don't be dodgy.
Don't be dodgy. We'll see you next time, bros.